lie, because we can validate. Okay, I'm not allowed to say lie. No, you guys are Christians, right? You don't lie. You only try to provide alternative information. But then we are being told that provide correct information. Number 2, use valid phone number where applicable. So if you got a phone, please provide the correct contact details. Use a valid email that I've already highlighted, but there's the same them that you are able to remember a password. Some of us, you find that that's the time you are struggling to create an email address whose password you forget almost immediately, meaning the following day you are unable to remember the password. Use the correct KCSE index number. That is very key. Read and understand the terms, of course, so that then not at the end of it all you say that for me I thought ile loan ili apply ni gava ili ni tunuku baada ya kupata airplane. So it's always good you know that whatever you are applying for. So because all that is then what are the don'ts? Number 1, do not use another person's M-Pesa or bank account details for upkeep payment. There are those of us who either are so busy or we are so afraid to our computers, and our good cybers, they have become very helpful. Wanakuambia wewe leta details zako, nipatie 500 ama 1000, enda kuapplyia. Unapofanya hivi, akifika place okay, when they reach the option whereby they are supposed to input the bank account, or we also pay upkeep by M-Pesa, anaweka namba yake ya simu hapo ama bank account. Sasa wewe uko shuleni unangojea pesa na mtu wa cyber ashaomoka. So it's always the key that do not use. If possible, just apply on yourself. But if you can't, then be assisted while you are there, so that you're able to ensure that whatever that you are inputting is your information or data relating to you as a person. Number 2, not use another person's national ID. Hii mambo ya kusema ya kwamba sasa mimi sijafikisha 18 years, tatumia ID number ya mamangu ama ya babangu ama ya brothangu mkubwa mwenye sasa hajaenda shule. Just use your details, because after all, si tumesema even those who are below 18 years are allowed to apply. So it will be pointless for you to go that route. Do not share your student portal password with anyone. Hiyo sasa sitaongea, maana si unajua why? Because when someone who has got access to your profile can change anything up to and including your bank details. Second last, do not be conned. Scholarships and loan applications and the processing are free. These are government services, and they are free and provided in accordance with the service level agreements. So let no one charge you. Kama ni cyber, you should only pay for internet. But if you got a very good phone or a very good gadget, you should be able to do it on your own at no cost, of course. Some of you have got Wi-Fi. So lastly is that do not print to submit the physical copy of your application. Like I hinted, we have gone digital. We do not entertain physical applications. Once, by the time you are clicking submit, that soft copy of that application has already been received either at HELB or at University Fund, and of course a copy emailed to you. So before you print those forms, think about the trees, and you can appreciate the environment here because of the many trees that are around. And with that, that marks of the end of our the first phase of our presentation. Allow me to request my colleague Book to maybe add a few other issues before we can take another questions from the floor that might be coming. Thank you. Karibu.
Asante sana. Mimi niko na vitu less zenye nitaongeza. Msijali, Kiswahili yangu pia itakuwa ikivunjika kidogo. Naona hapa youth ni 99%. The other 1% ni wazee kama mimi. Ndio? So, hello? Unaniget? Oh. So, nitafanya introduction ya kwanza. najua majority of you hawajui institution inaitwa Universities Fund. Mnajua Universities Fund? Kuna mtu anajua? Hata wale ambao walifanya KCSE walijoin university from 2016 mpaka 2021, hamjui? So Universities Fund ni institution imekuwa ikiexist. Ilianza kazi yake 2016. Wale watoto walikuwa kijoin university ilikuwa ikijulikana kama JAB student, wamekuwa kilifia University Fund. Kwa mfumo inajulikana kama capitation. Yani tulikuwa tunaenda kwa universities tunawaambia tupatieni list ya students wenu wote ambao wameitwa na serikali. Then university inatupatia, then tuna allocate school fee ya university based on their program cost. Kila program iko na cost zake tofauti tofauti. Sasa university ilikuwa ikilipwa na serikali hiyo pesa yote. Hii story mnasikia watu wakisema university fee imepanda, si kitu iko. University tulikuwa tukifanya mfumo, na before hii mfumo ya 2016 ikue, kitambo ilikuwa ni jumla. Hakukuwa na the best way ya kuallocate pesa university. So ilikuwa iki entertain corruption mostly. Universities zinaenda zina lobby treasury, zinasema sisi tuko na watoto wengi, tupatie hii amount. Yule the highest bidder atakuwa pesa mingi. Then sisi tukakuwa introduced kwa Universities Act, tukakuja na mfumo inaitwa MDUC. MDUC inamaanisha maximum differentiated unit cost. Kwa nini inaitwa differentiated unit cost? All programs ziko na different costing. Medicine na political science haziwezi kuwa na the same fee. So through hiyo tukakuja na kitu inaitwa differentiated unit cost. Kwa hiyo formula MDUC ilikuwa government inafaa ilipe 80% of your fee, wewe ulipe 10% of your fee, university ikulipie 5% through research, then ile 5% imebaki ikuwe HELB loan. Kwa wale walisoma before hii funding model inaendelea saa hizi, mtambao mlikuwa mkilipwa na HELB karibu 16k hivi. Sasa hiyo ndo ile 5% ilikuwa. Nitaiachia hapo. So sisi kama Universities Fund, sisi ndo organization tumemandatiwa na government for sustainability of universities to advise government pia on universities funding. Apart from that, pia sisi ndo tumesimamia mambo ya union za staff, tunafaa tushughulikie salary zao. Mandate zetu ni mob. Ni hayo. But with respect to what we were told to come and do, nitapitisha tu kidogo. The current funding model iko based on 3 things. 1, iko based on need. So at any given point uko na relative wako ama wewe ndo na apply, make sure ujue ina categorization ni based on need, na need inajulikana na other variables. Tuko na different variables zenye zina determine your need. Tunaangalia family expenditure kwa academic, number of people wenye wako shuleni kwenu, poverty index, na pia the previous education, ulisoma wapi, ulisoma high school wapi, ulisoma primary school wapi. Through hiyo tutajua your need. Kuna kitu inaitwa MTI, tunatumia hiyo kucategorize now student, tuna score students kutumia hiyo MTI. From hapo ndo utapata kuna student anaweza lipa fee mingi kama household na kuna yule analipa fee kidogo kama household. So hii funding model napitia tu kidogo yenye brother amepitia iko na 3 mode of paying. 1 ni scholarship yenye sisi ndo tunapatiana. Ya pili ni tuition loan yenye HELB inapatiana. Ya tatu ni household yenye wewe unajilipia. Hii funding model ilikuja aje? Previous model ya MDUC, government haikuweza commit 80% yake. So kulikuwa na shida kwa universities. Sisi kama agency ya government imemandatiwa kuadvise government. I think tutoke kwa hii model juu haiko sustainable. Tukuje kwa model yenye student anaweza apply for funding, wale ambao na wish kufundiwa na government. Kama scholarship haitamtosha, a seek for loan. Na hizo zote lazima kuwe na household student ajicommit pia. Juu tuligundua, tukifanya research yetu tuligundua students wengi hawamalizi universities na wanalipiwa fee. Kwa nini? Student anajua 15,000 ni pesa kidogo, atabakia amemaliza 6 years university program, ni ya 4 years, anamaliza 6 years, anamaliza how many years, hajali juu hajui nani anamlipia fee. Anafikiri university fee ni bure, ilhali ni pesa serikali inapotea, na mnajua pesa serikali ikipotea ni hasara kwa kila mwananchi. So few things to note in this new funding model. One, it is based on your duration of study. Kama wewe ni wa 4 years na umeapply 4 times, jo utakuwa funded only 4 times, haita exceed. So each year you must apply, sisi tujue una exist. Usipo apply tuna assume hiyo mwaka hauko shuleni ama uko na uwezo wa kujilipia hiyo mwaka. Ya pili ni the money follows the student. Hiyo inamaanisha nini? Ukikuwa hapo umeapply, ndio ukafanya transfer, hiyo school fees itatumwa kwa ile shule ulitransfer. Na tuna advise student, kuna different types of transfers. Hope mge invite pia COOPs wa advise watu kuhusu transfer na other things, but nitapitia tu juju. Kuna different types of transfers. The two main categories ni interfaculty transfer na interinstitutional transfer. Ukimove from one university to another university, hiyo inaitwa institutional transfer. Ukimove from one program to another program, inaitwa interfaculty transfer. Zote ziko na conditions. Condition 1 kuna cut-off point. Condition 2 kuna capacity. Kwa nini nakujia hapo? Tumepata issues na students wengi wakikuja wakisema nili apply for funding, nikafanya transfer, lakini sijaipata pesa zangu. Tukiconfirm tunagundua transfer yake haikuwa approved na COOPs. COOPs zina approve all transfers based on those two issues nimwambia, capacity na cut-off. Cut-off point inamaanisha kama program walitaka watu 50. Capacity, I mean capacity determines the cut-off point. If program A walitaka watu 50, kwa hiyo watu 50, the first 50 wako na A plane, wewe ukuje the 51st person upate A-, hutachukuliwa. Inamaanisha hiyo capacity imejaa na cut-off yake ni ule mtu wa mwisho wa A plane hapo. Ndio maana unapata unaweza kuwa na A plane na still usiqualify kufanya medicine course juu ya cut-off na capacity. Vile vile iko applicable, unaweza kuwa na A plane, after transfer ukirudi kutaka uliplacewa medicine, unataka kurudi kufanya education chini, unaambiwa huqualify kufanya hiyo education. Why? Capacity imejaa. Through MDUC iko na different hiyo +1 hapo yenye iwezekeki, hautaweza kuingia hiyo class, hautaweza kukufund based on capacity. So any transfer what tuna advise student, make sure imekuwa approved na COOPs before uendelee kufanya hiyo program. Ni changamoto kubwa tunapata kwa mandugu zetu wadogo, madada zetu wakikuja kucomplain kwa ofisi, haswa saa hizi wengi wanaenda kufika 4th year. Last week ofisi yangu imekuwa tu ni kazi kuhandle hao watu. Wanakuja kucomplain since first year hajailipiwa fee, wamekuwa kiwaambia university tuli apply lakini hawapewi funding. Kwa nini? Tukifanya background check tunagundua alifanya transfer which was not approved by COOPs. So transfer is a key thing kwa hii mfumo mpya ya funding. Another thing ningependa kusema ni make sure you apply before deadline. Ni changamoto kubwa sana, na ndugu yetu nafikiri alisahau kusema kuwa tumeadvance kidogo pia. You can now apply for both scholarship and loan through WhatsApp for subsequent students. Subsequent ni wale wana continue second year, third year, fourth year mpaka 6th year. Kama wewe course yako inafanya 6th year, inafika the 6th year. So you can apply using WhatsApp. WhatsApp number ni 07 11 0 5 2000 07 11 05 2000. Kwa nini tulikuja na history ya WhatsApp? Comrades walikuwa kicomplain, ukitumia USSD code yenye ni *642# utahitaji kuwa na credit. So walikuwa kituuliza, nitajali tumbo ama nitajali hii? Unaona, ilikuwa challenge kwetu. Tukasema juu hawa ni mandugu zetu, enyewe ni ukweli, ameinama lunch ili asave hiyo 10 bob, si ndio? Hiyo 10 bob tena ndo tunahitaji apply nayo, lakini pali ako na access to wifi, mbona tumsumbue anunue 10 bob? Ile 10 bob angenunua nao skuma aipeleke kwa application. So tukaamua tukuje na hiyo WhatsApp. The easiest way ni WhatsApp, ama namna gani? Si kweli comrades ambao kwa hapa 10 bob nasikia ni gold huko, hapa nje si mchezo. Pia mimi nilipitia hiyo system, so naelewa. But enzi zetu 10 bob ilikuwa pesa mingi sana, si kama sasa hivi. Nafikiri tulikuwa tukipata tasukuma na 5 bob nini kitambo kidogo. So ni hayo tu, sijui kama kuna fursa, kuna applications ziko on by the way. Deadline ya subsequent applicants ni 31st of August this year. Deadline ya first time applicants, first time explain ni wale ambao ni their first time kufanya application. Deadline ni 7th of September. In an event kutakuwa na extension, tutawa communicatea, but vile ina stand saizi deadline ya subsequent ni wale ambao wako second year and above na waliwahi apply for funding ni 31st of August. Tuko na appeals, tunapatiananga appeals kwa wale wana feel hawezi lipa ama kuna changes kwa family structure zao and any other thing yenye na affect financing zao, tunawapatia fursa ya kuappeal. Appeal ikifunguliwa tutawaambia pia, but currently saizi tuna deal na application na tuna receive application. Yes. So kuna moja ananiambia sija describe vizuri kuhusu interfaculty. Interfaculty ni advice yangu kwa all those doing transfers. Kindly make sure before ujoin hiyo program yenye unaenda kujoin, confirm kwa KUPS portal yako kwa simu kama the transfer go through. Unaangalia tu KUPS placement ina read nini. Kama umeitwa engineering ukafanya transfer to BCom, make sure umeconfirm kama change to BCom. Kama haija change, usidhubutu kwenda hiyo program mpya. The moment umeenda hiyo program mpya, utakuwa categorized automatically kama self-sponsored student. Loan utapewa tu juu utajilipia loan, lakini scholarship huwezi pewa juu ni pesa ya bure, na hatuko ready kukufund ilhali umekataa kukuwa placed na government. Sawa. Ni hayo tu kwa sasa. Naweza wakaribisha kuuliza maswali. Mimi mostly presentation zangu ni question does na lead to what I'll inform you detail. Juna believe mko na maswali mengi yenye mimi siwezi jua kwa akili yenu ni nini na run. But through hizo maswali ndo nitajua issue iko hapa na naweza zi address one by one yenye itasaidia hata relative wako pahali pali ako kama wewe si the affected person.
Makofi kwa presenters wetu. We have got 3 minutes and I want to take 2 questions. Let me see by show of hands. Anybody who has got a question to our panelists. Sorry, please remind me your name, sir. Abuk and Joe. Meshach, John and Abuk. We have done a very nice presentation about HELB and Education Fund as agencies or means to accessing the keys to life, which is education. And we know that education is not cheap, isn't it? It's not cheap. So let me see by show of hands. Any question? Alafu, tumeambiwa pia, if you have a question, can you write it? Maybe Wizzy Express, just write the question, then we will pass it over. And then you give me that note. Let's do that very quickly. We have got 2 more sessions before our lunch, just to give you our tummies are good. I mean, we have been fed since morning, not tulianza late. So we will have to go for lunch, then we will come for a final session after lunch. Are we together? So we will go for lunch, then we will come for a final session after lunch. I can assure you that we will not keep you here past maybe 3:30 latest or 4. Are we together? And that will be a well-spent time for the day. But the sessions that are ahead of us are very important. I don't want you to miss. So in the meantime, let me see who is going to take the first hand. Questions about University Fund, questions about Higher Education Loans Board, question about what William Ruto is trying to do now. Are we going to change the model very soon, or what is going to happen? Thank you.
My name is Davis. I had stepped out a little bit. My question is, maybe I don't know whether you had covered about it. I'm already done with my degree, but now I would like to advance maybe to take masters. Is there any funding model for students who are undertaking their masters?
Thank you very much. I'm Joshua Olola. I wanted more clarification on the issue of interfaculty transfer. We normally know there are some institution, the student has been called for a given course, but once they get to that institution during orientation, the first 2 weeks, there are some students who normally shift to other programs. In such cases, the funding, the scholarship, will they be given, or those are the ones you are saying are not approved by the COOPs?
Mine is just a complimentary for HELB. You came through my undergraduate and also my master's. So for the guy who wants to go for master's, they paid for my master's, so don't fear.
I don't want too many questions, so I'll limit it if you don't want to ask, and it will come natural to me. I think that's it. Those 3 questions. Can we quickly take them away in the next 3 minutes, please?
So if I take the first question, was it Elvis? Davis. Actually, there is a product for those people who want to advance their education. Like personally, I began with CPA, I ended up with BCom, then thereafter strategic management masters. But then there is a catch to it, that for you to proceed, that product is basically for those who are working. The product is called GL Michelin. Well, that basically, it gives you the opportunity, as you work, you're able to further your studies. So the condition is that you should be working, number 1, either permanent or on contract. Then, if you are on contract or whatever the terms of employment, is that your employer should be compliant. So the loan is from 50,000 all the way to 700,000, and then the repayment period is 4 years. Interest rate currently it has been reviewed from 12 to 10%, so it's even below the SACCO rates, and repayment commences immediately after disbursement. That basically, if this is today is on 9th of August. Yeah, so by the end of August, if you send the money to the university in the month of September, sisi na payslip yako, the small amount that you have already and the disbursement is done per year, so that then we do not send either the 400,000 to the University of Nairobi JKUAT when you don't need it. We disburse it per financial year, or as per the needs, but within the financial year. Thank you. Oh, you are not convinced? Oh, my sister here has asked something about the scholarship. There is also scholarship for masters and PhD, but then the slot, it's a very, very, very competitive product. You can imagine in Nairobi County, we are supposed to have 2 people because of, again, of the amounts involved. Sometimes the scholarship per person can go all the way up to 450,000. Meaning, if you've got 2 people per county, that is like almost a million. So multiply by the 47 counties, hiyo ni pesa ngapi? So because of they are there, but then it's very competitive, and the preference is normally given towards some courses like medicine, science, research. So then you can apply, but then the process is very competitive. In fact, it's the top, best of the best per year.
So you're saying we have in this church, the best of the best, because
yes,
that gentleman got it?
Yes, in fact, you got a loan. Yeah, he's saying it's a loan, but he almost got the scholarship.
Okay, thank you.
So, you also encourage you to apply for it, because personally, I know there are people, and in fact, there was a staff at KCA University who got one. I think Dr. Trimba knows him. So give it a try. There is no harm in trying. And you will never get sick that you tried and never got it. So just give it a try. You will be the lucky one. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So, asante sana. More clarification on interfaculty transfer. Kuna moja ameuliza nataka clarity kwa history ya transfer na so nitaanzia hivi. Ukijoin university kuna period mnapewa kufanya transfer. Yes. Enda ufanye transfer. Kila mtu anafanya ile program course ana feel inamfaa. Lakini usilazimishe kama unajua huna funding ya kukufanya uendelee kuproceed kama huja qualify. Unajuaje umequalify? University interfaculty transfer vile ina procedure yake ni hivi. Mtaenda kwa the department yenye unataka kufanya transfer, usubmit information zako, details zako, wata upload kwa CUPS. Waki-upload kwa CUPS, haichukui hata 2 minutes. Inachuja wale wamekuwa disqualified na wale wako qualified, ina transfer immediately. So before ujoin, uanze kufanya hiyo course, make sure uko in touch na dean faculty. This is to public universities students, wale ambao wako under the funding model hii. Private university student hatuna shida nao juu watapewa help loan. Help loan utajilipia, sisi hatuna shida. Ni deferred payment, in other words. Kwa wale nimesikia hapa ma CPA wako wengi, so deferred payment utailipia baadaye. So help loan hatunanga shida nao, lakini scholarship juu ni pesa ya bure, conditions tunaweka ni tight. Ndo msinione kwa news siku nyingine ati 3 billion nimepotea mfikiri nilikula, hapana, juu ya kudisburse vibaya tu. So mimi sitaki kuonekana kwa news na wenzangu pia hataki kuonekana kwa news juu ya pesa ya raia kupotea. Ndio maana tumeweka strict. Likewise, ukifanya interfaculty transfer, school fee yako pia ita change yenye tutakulipia. Kama umetoka from a lower program to a higher program, tutai-change. Kama program yako ilikuwa 116,000 na tunakulipia 40% of 116,000, uende kwa program yenye ni 320,000, percentage itabaki same 40%, but program cost itakuwa imechange. So tutakulipia based on the program cost. Si ati sasa ulifanya transfer ile program cost ya chini ndio tutabaki nao, hapana. the same itakuwa applicable from a higher program to a lower program, tutaireduce. Make sure umefanya transfer zako as soon as possible. Students wako na tabia kufanya transfers. Amejaribu engineering first year akauma nje, second year kirudi anasema sasa acha mimi transfer, atoke engineering aende bachelor of art. Nitaonea watu wa political science, napenda kuonea hiyo program aende political science, bachelor of art political science. Fee yake iko less, iko na more, haiko na lecturer to student interacting time, so iko na free time mingi sana, naona. Alafu pia inaitwaje, cut off point yake iko low kidogo, na capacity iko mingi, inaweza fanyika online anywhere, freestyle tu, ni kama BCom, but BCom nini yake kidogo ni juu. BCom inaweza fanywa online lakini cut off point ya BCom iko juu. Tofauti ni hiyo, ya hii BCom iko juu kidogo, ya political science iko chini cut off point. So student umetoka engineering second year, unarudi bachelor of art political science, hiyo 1 year tumekulipia, tuta-assume tulishakulipia. So hii bachelor of art political science utaanza tena first year. Ukifika third year hutaweza endelea kuapply, utakuwa na lock, itakuwa system yako ime-accept, ume-apply for 4 years. The fourth year utajilipia. Why? Ukikuwa engineering ulishalipa science, aende engineering. Umeingia political science, kuona political science ni rahisi sana, wewe utaki vitu, iko na idle time mingi, unataka vitu zina kuconsume time. Ile uko lecturer, contact yako na lecturer ni more. Utoke political science second year, uamue kuingia engineering. Engineering 5 years. Ikifika the fourth year yako engineering, itakuwa uliconsume 1 year yako ukikuwa first year. So the fifth year utajilipia. Na kumbuka, hizi STEM courses, STEM, hizi zenye ziko na practical nini ndani yao, units ndani yao, ziko costly na zina take time, naona. So ukiingia engineering, program cost yake iko juu ya practicals zinahitajika, kununua hizi vitu za welding, kukuja hapa kuangalia kama kabiro imeingia, sijui nini, hizo zote. Uwe lecturer ako na nyinyi, anahitaji pesa mingi ndio kuja afanye hizo zote. Hata university inahitaji pesa mingi kwa kuwasafirisha from one point to another one. So fee yake pia iko juu. Ukifanya hiyo transfer kama ni late, la final year utajilipia. Engineering nafikiri ni 250 kitu thousand first year. Second year ikikuja inakuja karibu 285 hapo. Medicine ndo iko juu. First year nafikiri ni 258, alafu second year inakuja from second nini, iko na 2 clusters, cluster 1 and cluster 2. So cluster 1 ni first year and second year. Hizo ni matheory, hizi vitu zenye mnafundishwa vile ground iko. Then ukifika third year and above, mnafundishwa sasa real thing. So from third year and above ni cluster 2. Medicine ina shoot from hiyo amount to 442. Engineering the same, from 250 to 328 hapo tu nini, sijazimkram vizuri. So ukifanya transfer, make sure umefanya transfer at the correct time, at the needed time, ndo usiweze kustranisha wazazi na usiweze kustranisha society. Kuna moja tu hapa imebaki, what can make my appeal go through if you aren't comfortable with the household fee I'm paying? The only thing can make your appeal to go through ni if there is a change in circumstances ama conditions. Kama kwenu mlikuwa na wazazi wawili, bahati mbaya moja akapoteza kazi, kuna change of situation, itakuwa appeal yako itachange. But kama ni constant, hakuna change, urudi ufanye appeal. Tukikuuliza reason, nasema you cannot afford your household, hakuna kitu itafanyika. Why? Any change iko na score. So wewe ukirudia ile kitu lirudia time application haina score, utabaki tu hapo na life itaendelea kusonga. So anytime unaenda for appeal, make sure unafanya appeal if the situation imechange kwa ground.
Anyway, Santi, kuna maswali tatu hapa katika ubora wake, and I think I like the person who asked this question more than the question itself. So, number one, if you were to apply for help loan as a loan on repayment, will you pay it with interest? Definitely. Yes, a loan. Sasa unajua uliongea vibaya juu watu wa BCom. Sasa hapa, this is where we come in. If you know, you know. So, for the undergraduate loan, the loan is normally 4% per annum, which is below actually even the CBK rates. Ni ukweli mwenzangu? Yeah, he's almost the only age mate in the room. So, for the undergraduate loan, the interest rate is 4% per annum. As for the, yes, it's upon maturity. So, for the GLMISH one, the one we said for masters, PhD, not only even masters, by the way, kama vile alisema ulifanya like ulifanya BCom, umemaliza, umeajiriwa, umefika job, umepata department ya strategy, ndio kuna vacancy. Unarudi shule, ufanya undergraduate, lakini sasa hata kama ni strategic management, bado undergraduate. So, all those products, the rate is 10% per annum. So, I think I've tried to answer that. The second one, if you are to apply for help and your family background is well off, are there any chances or possibility of getting the loan? So, I think also my colleague spoke about the pillars of the current funding framework. There is the aspect of need basis. So we are able to analyze the need level and then extend a commensurate percentage of the support in terms of the loan that is required, the scholarship, and the household. So that the degree to which you are able to receive any of the three elements depends entirely on the need level. So you should be entitled to a loan. As for those in private universities, it's 60%, and of course those who are in public but privately sponsored. Lastly, is there an age limit to the masters and PhD scholarships, and if so, why? Hata nyinyi mmesikia huyu mtu ako serious. So basically, we can't say that there is but this. Look at it this way. The repayment period for the masters and, or let me say, GLMISH loan is 4 years, right? Senior? Those are 48 months. So we are trying to say, at the age of 56, it will not be advisable. Because hatutaki tuanze kukaribia your retirement package. Sasa kama ni kusoma tu, jaribu usome ukiwa mzee kama mimi hivi, bado miaka ikiwa imebaki, so that then the repayment period should not overlap with your retirement age. So not really that there is a gap, because you might apply at the age of 58, for example. Lakini useme mimi loan nataka kuilipa in the next 12 months, because the 48 months is the maximum repayment period. So, but then we try and advise that let's not apply to the, as we near the retirement period. Maybe lastly, hii sasa si swali, itu nataka na si warning, but si ni vizuri tuelewane. So, siniwaambia mimi ni Ella. Na normally mimi sipendangi kukesiana na ambassadors wangu. I really want to urge us, let us be honest to our parents. When you apply for a loan, scholarship, ukipata, tafadhali ambianga mzazi. Maana, ndio utalipa, lakini let us be honest to our parents. Pale job, kuna draw niko nayo ya chini kabisa, yenye nakuanga na mabarua ya students. Kisa na maana, you apply, you get funding, unawasha mzazi. Sasa wacha hata hii ya help, unampigia mpaka hii hesabu na unamuitisha bila invoice, hata hakuna e-teams. So what I'm trying to say is this: we're here to support you, and the fact that we belong to churches And by the way, this should be a testament. Si ati unasoma upate mboka alafu uimagine utakuja kufanya kazi ya church. On Monday to Friday niko job pale Masuti nini, lakini on Sabbath narukaruka na pathfinders wangu na vile communication hiyo live streaming, maybe ningekuwa pale ama kwa kamera, but then yote tunaachia Mungu, si ndio? So even as you get an opportunity to pursue your studies, just know there's also a place for you to give it back to the society through the church. So what I'm saying is this. Si niliwaambia huyu jamani classmate wangu. Sasa imagine umeapply, umesaidika, lakini sasa mzazi unamuitisha. Mzazi katika stress yake anaenda anauliza daktari, ule best yako si umwambia aone shida ni nini? Na sasa kumbuka, hela si wadanganyangi. Si watasema huyu mtoto mimi naona alipewa pe. Sasa noma ndio hiyo. Kesi mimi wewe mzazi. So what I'm trying to say, the truth is very affordable. Nanipata? Sisi ni watu wazima. Ukipata pesa ambia mzazi nimepata pesa hii, lazima nipige luku 1-2 nilikuwa nimechukua fuliza na mwache kuwa na SIM card mingi. So say that hata mzazi akijua you are able, because at the end of the day you guys are grown up, si ndio? So naambia nimepata pesa lakini hii nitafanyia hii nitafanyia hii, na sijamalizia kambi expense yangu hata mimi natoa, si ndio? Yeah, so rahisi hivyo ndio hata you become friends. Ama hata ukinipigia ama when you come there for assistance, nasema yenyewe let us support this young people of ours, maana ni wetu. Na kama wewe ni mtu mzuri, ukikuja tu kwa ofisi unanitoanisha lunch roho safi na tunasaidiana, si ndio? Lakini tusikutane. Asante.
Thank you. Yeah, closing remarks, 30 seconds.
Asante sana. So nikimalizia nataka kusoma tu Bible verse fulani hapa. Ecclesiastes 10:18-19. Because of laziness, the building decays, and through idleness of hands, the house leaks. A feast is made of laughter, and wine makes merry, but money answers everything. Unasikia? Yeah? So, verse 18 nasema nini? Verse 18 nasema nini? At the age yenu, msipojipanga vizuri, mtu wangu roof ya nyumba yako ita leak. Na ikileak itaanguka. Inajaribu kusema nini? At this age usipotia bidii shuleni, ukimaliza shule, wewe ndio utakuwa ukiambia watu, najua nilienda kusoma degree lakini hakuna kazi. Msikue hao. Kazi ziko based on vile umejiamini na umejipanga. Na after hiyo kazi ama after hapo, jua, tia bidii, ufanye kila kitu upate pesa uweze kusaidia wengine. Juu Bible yenyewe inasema money is the answer of everything. Si mimi nimesema, verse iko hapa. A feast is made of laughter and wine makes merry, but money answers everything. So ukitaka kumanage kufanya everything hapa nje ni pesa. Kila kitu tia bidii ndo wewe ukuwe na pesa uweze kusaidia wengine, wao pia watie bidii waweze kuwa na pesa. Ushago kwetu, mimi nilisema ushago. Mimi sasa nasaidia watu wengi huko ushago ili wasikue kama mimi wapitie shida. Kumalizia, ndugu yangu, mimi pia nilifanya BCom. Na mimi ni CPK. Na ndio maana nilisema watu BCom wako wengi hapa, CPK wako wengi. Na pia nilifanya MSc Finance. Unaona. So through hiyo ndo tuko hapa, tunajaribu kwa sensitize, msome kwa bidii. Nikisema mimi ni mzee si jokes, mimi ni mzee, si ndio? Unaweza imagine.
Thank you tu very much. A very big applause to Abuka, John and Meshach. Tomorrow you go looking for such sessions, let me tell you, you will pay. You will pay. Red card akikupea hapa saa hii uweziane nayo. Yeah? So this is important information, and we thank God for this beautiful session. Nataka tusimame. Okay, so stretch out. Okay, stretch out. Nataka to spell the word snoop, okay? Sawa. Tuanze na S. Sawa? Let's draw S. Nani aje draw S? Felix peke yake? Haya, nataka to draw N. Draw N. Enye imeangalia kando. Haiwezi hatuwezi draw hivi. So draw N. So kunja mguu na uweke hivi. Hiyo ni N. To draw N, everybody N. Are you drawing N? Let's draw N. See, you're not draw N. Let's draw N until we all do it. At the back, Dr. Itirimba, draw N. Let's draw N, all of us. Okay, Jabuya, you draw N. Okay, beautiful. Let's draw O. Please draw O. No, tulikuwa tuna draw O. Okay, so you start. If you do this, you've not drawn O. It's an I. So let's draw O. Bend yourself. Are we there? Yeah. Now, from there, let's draw another O. Coming back. Sawa? From where the O is, let's draw O. Tumechora O. Ama tujafikisha. Tuchore O. Extrapolate. Sindio? Now let's draw P. This is P. Don't worry about it. Let's draw P. Are we together? Are we drawing P? Wycliffe, are we drawing P? Thank you very much. Clap for yourselves. Thank you. All right, so we have got 2 sessions. I think I'm becoming a very poor time manager today. But our next speaker is a local bred talent. I want somebody, she's going to speak about transition from 844 to CBE program. But before she comes, I want to tell you about the program after that. The program after that is a very exciting program you don't want to miss. We have got 2 CEOs in the room, and we would like them to tell us a few things about how they made it, and some of the things they are doing and the tricks that they can use in this life. Okay? How many are looking forward to that session? And it's going to be a high energy interactive session. We say this is a safe space. Any question is welcome. There's going to be an absolute 15 minutes of that session where I'll welcome a few of you to ask questions directly to the CEOs. In the corporate world, I would have called that bonga na CEO, which is something that never comes easy, isn't it? Okay, so, but allow me to welcome another beautiful lady, a friend of mine, a very warm-hearted person in Sporstview, but I know her to be very hard-working person as well. And I would like to introduce her to you now. I was just losing the script, but allow me to introduce her now. I think I got it. Of who she is and what she is able to do, okay? Just excuse me. Good. So Faith Nyaboke is a purpose-driven communications and media professional who is passionate about education, leadership, personal growth, and inspiring young people to pursue their dreams with courage and intentionality. She holds a bachelor's degree in English and literature, but her academic background did not limit her aspirations. Driven by her passion for communications, marketing, media, and people, she is pursuing a career in the media and communications industry and currently serves as a trading executive, in other words, a media buyer at Dens2 Kenya. How many know Dens2? Beyond her career, Faith is passionate about public speaking, youth empowerment, mentorship, leadership, and service, particularly in creating spaces where young people can discover their potential and confidently pursue their purpose.
Hatari hii. Her journey is a testament to believing that education is a foundation, not a limitation. Her guiding principle is, what you don't change, you choose. Faith believes that education gives us knowledge, but purpose gives us the knowledge and direction. She is passionate about encouraging young people to make intentional choices. Embrace their God-given potential, and have the courage to pursue the future they envy very much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together and welcome Faith up front to talk to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Felix. Once again, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon once again. I know time is far much spent, but I'm going to take a few of your minutes. The topic that I've been given to discuss, honestly, I kind of feel like I'm still a minor in it. But anyway, every day is a learning day, and we are ready to embrace the challenges. This is where research comes in, and you kind of have to do a bit of digging. So just like Felix spoke, my name is Faith Nyaboke. I'm still in my early, getting to my mid-20s. But, and someone once said, when you're in your 20s, those are trial 20s. You get to make mistakes and learn from them. And then when you go to 30s, we're in your turbulent 30s, then 45 40s, or rather, people say life begins at 40. So I'm a youth at Sporstview SDA Church. I did education, English literature, but that one didn't stop me from becoming the person that I wanted to do. Initially, I wanted to do IR, international relations and diplomacy, but my parents were like, Faith, do you know anybody? Unajuana na prezo. So I was like, it's okay. But just like Dr. Jacqueline said in the morning, sometimes the undergrad or rather the degree that we get to do to start with our career usually sets a foundation for us. And if at all you are determined to become the person that you want to be, or rather discover your full purpose, just ensure you align yourself with the right people, yeah? Get to align yourself with the people who are going to challenge you. And today I think something that has really been emphasized on more was about mentorship. I think I'm also in that journey of many people have really mentored me, starting with Felix. I remember the first time I met with Felix being my mentor. It was in church, and I usually joke whenever they invite him in church, I'm like, wakita Felix mbele atatoa watu pesa kwa mfuko. He's very good at that. Whenever we have contribution, he has a way. So if at all you know him, inabidi ujifiche, otherwise you'll be forced. So today, I'm going to be discussing a very interesting topic. I'm not a parent yet, aspiring in future to be one. I'm a product of 844 system. I don't have someone who really does CBE in my family, but oh yeah, I have one. My baby brother is in grade, should be in grade 4 or 5, something like that. This system is a bit confusing and all that. And so what I'm supposed to do from the objectives that we really need to cover during these sessions, and before I proceed, I've seen my very good friend here, Moses Were is one of the CEOs, and I'm happy to see him here because we've really tarmacked. I've really seen him getting those awards in marketing, those big stages at MSK Galas, getting those awards. I was really looking up to seeing him maybe dressed casually, but he never appears without suit. So I wasn't really surprised seeing him here. So I'm happy to see you, Moses, and it's been great knowing you as a buddy too. So this session we're supposed to understand the Kenyan education transition from 844 thinking to CBE, the competence-based education, yeah? And then at the end, our parents here, and of course the learners who are here, are supposed to gain a clear understanding of pathways, subject choices, and progression routes. So before I start, I'd love us to just allow us to start with a simple question, yeah? So how many of us grew up believing that if at all you wanted to become, great in your career, or rather make it in life, or rather for you to become successful, you needed to perform well in maths, English, Kiswahili, or these subjects, and then of course you get those good grades in KCSE, proceed to uni, get your degree, and then start your career. I believe most of us, we grew up knowing that, like we're supposed to, Faith, you need to pass your maths or English or Swahili. Faith, you really need to perform, you need to be number one. No one really cared about our talents, or rather those skills that we have, yeah? Most of the time was, Faith, ulikuwa number. How many marks did you have? It was all about go to school, those remedials, those preps, get that A. And then what parents knew was, you have to become a doctor, you have to become a nurse, you have to become a lawyer, or a teacher. But some of the careers that we're doing like right now, personally, into media. I do trading. I'm a trading executive at Denso. Happy to see someone who knows Denso here. And basically I do media buying. And sometimes whenever I explain to my dad, I'm like, Dad, I need to send you a whole PDF. You read it. Goes hi Lewi. And he's not old. Papa, I know you're watching this, please. So this is what really happens. There's more than what we get to learn in school. There are a lot of career out here, if at all we are really ready to get out of our comfort zone, or rather out of the box to explore. Yeah? And that starts with us as an individual, and of course, our parents play a very, very key role in that. So, of course, for many of us, that was the definition of success. You getting an A, getting a B plus, going to uni, getting to do all those engineering courses and all that. But what happens when the child that struggles with maybe maths, maybe science, and is incredibly good maybe at drawing, at performing, at doing all those arts things? So, what also happens if a child tells the dad, you know, I'm not good at maths, but I'm good at maybe arts. Artists are really paid very well right now. I mean, in this world where we are in, or even people in marketing, sales, I'm a fan of marketing. And let me use an example of Moses. Moses started earning, or rather, he became a CEO even before graduating. He's a young guy. I guess we are kind of age mates, if I'm not wrong. But he started doing this thing called digital marketing. And I could see him whenever we go out to these events, even the way he could position himself. And I used to ask myself, maybe if I could have done a certain course, I couldn't have been in this room full of CEOs or these influential people, yeah? But the way you position yourself as an individual, as a brand, how you brand yourself, how exactly do you want people to know Nyaboke, how exactly do you want people to know Davis, right? So, of course, 844, it was 8 years in primary school, yeah? Then 4 years in high school, then 4 years in university, depending on the course that you are doing. And I think 844 systems became strongly associated with academic content and national examination. You really had to cram that theory, how the ear functions, all those titration things, oh my goodness, all those things, yeah? But now, as much as we are talking about 844 system, and now us transitioning to CBE system, that they're mostly Gen Alphas, I guess they're going to be product of CBE system, yeah? The competency-based education. In the 844 system mindset, the question was often, how many marks did you get? Then the CBA mindset asked broader question, what can you do with what you have, or what exactly are you good at, yeah? If at all you're good at drawing, what exactly are you going to use that your drawing skill to do? What best way, or rather in what best way can I as a parent or guardian help you to become best? So what really changed was that the shift came from looking at the content perspective, or how exactly you could perform in class, to what exactly you can do, the skills that you had. Were you good at creativity, problem solving? Are you good when it comes to drawing, public speaking, singing, all those sorts of things? And then, so as much as we have CBE, let us all also have in mind that we are not ignoring the aspect of you becoming the best in your class, the aspect of you passing with flying colors, or getting those wonderful grades, the A's, the B, or becoming those great people in the society, like the doctors. Of course, everybody is great in the society, or rather having those, you know, titles, doctor, lawyer, or engineer. CBE, it means marks are no longer the only determiner of you becoming successful. Are we together? It also means that we get to see your potential apart from studies, apart from what is being offered in class. What exactly are you good at? So, CBE, it goes with the model of the structure. The broader structure of CBE is 2, 6, 3, 3. 2 is pre-primary, then 6 you go to primary, then 3 the junior, and then senior. And now senior, this is where, I guess, the reason why we have this career day here today, this is where things actually start to become interesting. And that is where we get to see the 3 broad pathways of CBE, whereby we get to see STEM courses. These are science courses, the applied sciences and all that, pure mathematics. And then we go to social sciences, where we have languages, the arts, we have the languages, humanities, and business studies. And then, of course, we go to arts and sports science, where we have arts and sports. Actually, I think while in uni, I used not to ask for pocket money, and it's not a lie. I used to play a lot. I do skating, lots of skating. I used to play rollerball. So every weekend in uni, if you really go to uni, please take advantage of sports because you get paid to play for the university. So I used to make some good cash from sports. I mean, every weekend you're out going to play and all that. So, and come to think of it, the person who used to take us, our coach or rather our tutor for sports, he used to be paid because it's a course that he did. Out of his passion through sports, he also gets to get a job, yeah? So don't, the other day, so we have nowadays in the education curriculum, we also have I had someone introducing herself that she's doing Kiswahili and PE, and I was like, wow, so PE is also a course, yeah? Yeah, people are being paid, I mean, yeah? If at all you're very good at sports. So, the key point is not simply knowing the names of these pathways, it is understanding that learners can explore different areas based on their abilities, interests, talents, and aspirations. So remember I told you we had three broadways or rather pathways. We have the STEM courses, are we together? Those ones to become engineer, you want to do medicine, those science things. And then we have the social sciences where we have the languages and literature, humanities. Then we have the arts and sports science. So, one thing that I'll love us to discuss about, of course, how exactly are our parents going to play a very key role in us when it comes to choosing our career, especially with this CBE. What position do parents have in this role? So choosing a pathway actually, or rather the path that you want to follow for your life or rather your career, it shouldn't feel like it's like we're having you in a box or caging you to a specific thing. I mean, a pathway literally should help you build a stronger, it's like, what direction exactly do you want to do? And that is what CBE has come to do. As much as we have subjects here in class and all that, what about those other things outside the class? What about those other things that people view like, these things are not that important as compared to maybe biology, chemistry, geography, and all that. So, a pathway should help a learner build a strong foundation aligned with their interests, abilities, and aspirations. Now, the conversation that we should really have this afternoon is all about which pathway is prestigious, which pathway best matches the learner. So as much as we're discussing all this CBE, at the end of the day, we are all pointing back to the learner, yeah? Not the parents. We are all pointing back to the learner because that is the same person who is going to sit those exams or who is going to go for that interview in future, depending on the course that they're going to choose. So, now I've seen our parents here today. Now, what exactly is expected of the parents here? We said it's a safe space, right? Guys, it's a safe space, right? Chantel, that data could sharper. It's a safe space. So just kidding, because I know Chantel. So this is the point where now parents become our friends and they get to ask us real questions that really matters, especially when it comes to career. Because like right now, I don't stay with my papa, I don't stay with my mama. Of course, they're in Sharks, but they're my parents, but I get to stay alone, right? But still, now this is the life that I'm going to live on my own. As much as my parents helped me kind of decide on the course that I wanted to do, or rather, the path that I was supposed to go, at the end of the day, me walking to Denso for that interview, it was just Nyaboke alone. Me getting to meet clients or face people out there, it's just me and me alone, yeah? Of course, sometimes work can be overwhelming, or rather the career can be a bit overwhelming. It's never a walk in the park throughout. I can be sometimes yapping. I can call them complaining, oh, Papa, today was ABCD, or Mom, today was just hectic. But at the end of the day, I get to face that on my own. So, this is the conversation because our parents know us better than we know ourselves. I mean, they've seen us grow. They know what faith is really good at. Honestly, if my parents could have told me to become a nurse, I could have just laughed because I could have been like, bro, I mean, I love talking. How can I even be a nurse? I don't know, I'll just forget giving them their medication. So I was like, I want to do something that I'll be very social, client-facing, meeting new people, engaging, networking, and all that. So this is where a parent gets to ask, or rather get to, try to look out, what exactly does Mercy love doing? Or rather, what exactly does Brian enjoy doing? And then, if at all she really enjoys doing this, what exactly do I think he or she's going to be good at, yeah? Then from there, the parent is also to know, yes, as much as I can see Mercy really enjoys doing maybe cooking, or he or she is good at doing this, how exactly, what exactly does the learner want as an individual? Remember, dad and mom have already seen, oh, I'm good at doing this, and this is what I do best, I enjoy doing. But now, as much as my parent has already viewed me from this angle, what exactly does Chantel want as an individual? Yes, I've seen she's very good when it comes to singing, content creation. She does cooking videos. What exactly does she want as an individual? Because sometimes I can be doing it out of fun, but what exactly do I want apart from that? So, what career? And then now they get to see what competencies or talents are emerging from whatever she loves doing. Then from there, now the parent comes in and the parent comes to ask him or herself that broad question, like what careers or opportunities could connect with these interests and strengths. Number one, I've already seen maybe Marcy loves doing this. She enjoys doing this. But now, is this what she really wants? Number two, the talents that she has or he has, do they align with what exactly he or she is doing? And then now, lastly, from what my child or my son or daughter enjoys doing, what career opportunities are there for him or her to explore? Because remember, at the end of the day, I believe our parents will always love to see us happier. So them going out of their way to pay for our school fees, for our rent, for wherever we are in school and all that, definitely they've got the best interest for us at heart. So definitely they're going to support you to become that. Of course, now usikuje kuambia mzazi you want to do some career that honestly doesn't make sense. Of course, parents also say no, yeah? So, as much as those are the things that parents should view, there's also some mistakes that parents need to avoid. I remember when joining uni doing the course that I did, of course, well, sorry for another day. I really didn't want to do that. That wasn't me at all. And sometimes whenever we have conversation and my dad is like, hey, Faith, you really need to go back to school. And I'm like, yeah, of course, I've gone back to school and I'm literally doing what I want to do right now. And the other day, my papa was like, Faith, okay, he doesn't know my name. Baba, I feel like if I was given an opportunity to turn the time back, I could have given you the course that you wanted to do. So parents, if at all you're here or listening, let's all ensure that specifically point you're like, I wish I could have done better, because you get to see your child flourishing in another field that maybe you thought that field doesn't really exist. So the common mistakes that we as parents or guardians should avoid is choosing a pathway because it's considered the best. Don't force your child to become a doctor because you think it's the best. I mean, we've seen some doctors out of depression committing suicide. I mean, it's not something really nice, but sometimes you get to look at what exactly led to this. Depression is real. What can be very overwhelming, especially now you're in the real world, you're facing the career. The overwhelming situations at work can really determine how exactly you're going to handle it. But if at all you've got full passion and your heart is at that, sometimes you're like, today I was at a 1 because I kind of felt like I wasn't in the mood to work today, but you're still happy and you're content because this is what I signed up for. I have full passion. I enjoy it. And that reminded me when I started working at the Marketing Society of Kenya before going to dance, yeah. And I remember my grandpa was like, Faith, I feel like you should still go back to school and teach. And I was like, hi, babu apana. And then I was scared. I even told my mom, hey, mom, babu amekuwa nkisi sana ama he will curse me because me I don't want to be a teacher. And then my mom told me, kwa nini? Nikamwambia mimi want, when God will come akiamua kunijudge hiyo siku, let him judge me in this side because I'm fully comfortable that this is where I'm supposed to give my best. But if God decides to judge me on teaching this day, me honestly, I don't know, it won't be fair. So, but with time, my grandpa seeing me out there in the events, in marketing and all that, he was like, I'm proud of you. And I think that one really changed everything. The moment your parent looks at you and he or she tells you, girl or son, I'm proud of you, actually, I think it gives us more morale. And that will give you actually the courage to wake up every single day without complaining. Sometimes people hate Mondays, but honestly, I always look forward to Mondays, I won't lie. My favorite days to work is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. As much as it's very busy, where I work, we have the option, of course, the way Felix says, things are changing right now. People will get to work from home. So it's not a must you go to the office. For us, you can work from home, yeah? But I always enjoy going to work on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesday. As much as they are very busy, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are my favorite days. So another mistake that parents should avoid, please don't choose the career entirely for the child. Involve the child too whenever it comes to choosing the career. So that tomorrow, if at all Mercy comes with bad results at home, you're like, we agreed together that this is the course that you wanted to do. What exactly happened? Because I did my part. I paid your school fees. I was able to provide every single thing that you needed from me. Another thing, let's avoid looking at only marks only. Sometimes, I remember in the past, even me, my papa was like that. It's all about the marks, the marks, the marks. But he could not even recognize, oh, I was the best student when it came to sports or so and so. Another thing, treating sports or rather arts as an inferior subject, jamani. These are also courses. I don't know why parents think that ukifanya these arts courses, it's like you are nobody in this society. I don't know, but you're also making it very well. I have my sisters, they're doing nursing, but I'm paid better than them. So, and she's my big sister, sorry, Grace. But still, don't treat arts as an inferior course, right? With the way things are really evolving, and the most important things I'll always insist, the way you position yourself out here, the way you position yourself as a brand. I just like the way Jacqueline said, surround yourself with wise people. When I started working at Marketing Society of Kenya, first of all, Marketing Society of Kenya, I could think it was all about those big people. You see, managers at this head of marketing or CEOs at these big organizations. And then meeting people like Kina Moses, Kina Felix or Mortis, some great young guys. I was like, kumbe, this space is also made for us. So whenever we could have those CEOs breakfast, we could show up. Like we used to be Gen Zs, Moses. We were the one who were being asked, now Gen Zs, tell us what do you think about the industry. And we're like, yeah, we are making the difference. And it really feels good whenever you surround yourself with people who really make impact. I really thank God for Felix Kiposge. I think I noticed him because of his English. I really love people who are very fluent, eloquent, by the way. I hate Sheng. Guy, please forgive me. I really hate Sheng. So Felix in church, whenever he could be asked to go in front and the way he could talk, I think that's when I gained the courage and was like, what exactly do you do for a living? And he was like, oh, I'm into this and this, and that is how we connected. And then same thing to this guy's called Davey. He's really coming up very well in the digital space. I remember he came to me and was like, hey, Faith, I really love the way you reason when it comes to marketing, communication, and all that. And I just told him, one step at a time, just challenge yourself. And approach these people in church, ask them for the opportunities. What is the worst that they can do? Haezi kuchapa. The worst they can say it's no. And actually them telling you no, go learn an extra skill, go position yourself, go increase your rate card. You approach so and so for this work and he said no because he thinks you're not good enough. Bro, go work extra hard, go increase your rate card. The next time he's gonna approach you, you're gonna charge him more, yeah? So let us always surround ourselves with wise people. Yes, we are teenagers, or sorry, we can be associating ourselves with our peers, but also what exactly do you get to gain from them? The last mistake, parents, let's also avoid choosing careers because of what our friends are doing. Or, for example, my parents, I wanted to do medicine and I didn't manage to do medicine because I didn't perform well. No, I want my son to live that dream on my behalf. Please don't do that. Please don't do that, because I've come to realize some parents get their dreams fulfilled through their children. Because he was not able to do that medicine and he really wanted to do it, he or she goes ahead and forces the child to do that medicine on their behalf. So, and for us as learners, now of course parents have already known what they need to play. That is what competence-based education is here for. Like now, as learners, what exactly is expected of us? We need to discover what exactly are we also good at. As much as parents are going to support us, they also need to see the first-hand information, or rather self from us. What exactly are we good at? So we need to discover ourselves, and discovering yourself doesn't take one day, it doesn't take 2 days or a week. Every day is a day for you to discover yourself more and more, and explore what subjects or activities and careers connect are your strength. Which places are you exactly good at? Yeah? And then you need to reflect, do I really actually enjoy doing whatever I do, or whatever I'm learning, or these subjects, as much as I'm passing them, do I really enjoy them? Yeah? And then finally, choose a pathway and subject combination that align with you. Yeah? You need to choose something that you feel like in the next 10 years, you'll be proudly to stand in front of people and say, God, you enabled me, or rather you gave me these skills and this knowledge and understanding about this career pathway, and I'm able to stand in front of people and deliver. And if at all God will come today, and if he's going to judge you, you're okay to take the judgment, because that is the path that you really wanted to be. And definitely if you get to do something that you really enjoy, or rather what is in your heart, what really defines you, definitely you'll give your best. That's why we're going to see those positive impacts in the society. So, I'm going to ask some few questions here. How many of you here are good at speaking? Public speaking? Yeah, good job. Thank you. Drawing? Sports? Okay, we're not good at arts? Yeah, good job. Numbers? Numbers. What about building things? Yeah, many architecture. So you're going to do architecture? Oh, it's It's your parents' thing. Okay, good. Performing and all that. Now imagine if our education system had told you that ability was worth discovering and developing rather than telling you that that only your examination grade mattered. I think this is what Elder Grony really insisted here in the morning. As much as he discovered his skills or rather his talents while growing up, while starting, teaching and all that. And that is what has really been able to sustain him out today. The fact that you can just do multiple things at the same time, it's because you really enjoy and have passion towards it. So, in short, what really CBE came to remind us as parents is that education is not the only way to measure success in your child. Sawa. It's not all about marks. It's not all about A. Sometimes you can find your child is really not smart, maybe getting those big, great grades. But when it comes to other things, when it comes to cooking, let me use an example. Where I am, we pay content creators a lot. Those are in the marketing field. We really pay these content creators. Someone asks you for just one video, and they give you a rate card of 300,000, just a video. And those PR package will just, if at all, hey, I'm very reluctant when it comes to mentioning brands. I don't want to promote any brand. For example, I want to sell something, or I work with Nivea. Let me use Nivea as a brand. Nivea is my client, and I want someone to push it out there. And then I'm like, Mamito's got a very big community out there. I'm going to ask her, Mamito, I've got this brand. Like right now, we are having the Radiant and Beauty Glow, or new Nivea Dama Control. And I'm like, Mamito, I want you to help me post it in your pages and all that. And she's like, it's okay, but now this is my red card. I want you to, of course, I'm going to give her the PR packages, yeah? All the products from Nivea that I want her to shoot with. And she's going to tell me, I'm going to post one video on my Instagram, one video on my TikTok, and I'm going to do one mention. But then you're going to pay me like 300 or 500,000 for one video, for just that one thing. Yeah. Exactly. So it's not all about, you just need to discover yourself. We have many opportunities out here. For you guys to see those people who do voiceovers, those people also get being paid. You have that very nice voice. Please practice with that voice. Yeah? Learn to use your voice. I remember I met this guy from Citizen. He's a news anchor, and he told me, oh, Faith, you really have a nice voice. And I was like, I'm scared when it comes to using my voice. Sometimes you could talk with people over the phone, they're like, unaongea poa. And I'm like, okay, thanks, but yeah. And this is how I really developed my public speaking skill. I love standing before the mirror, and I just give myself a topic. Today I want to talk about personal branding. I'm in the house, I can speak through the mirror, and you may think I'm talking to people, but I'm alone. And the other day I was asking my mentor, am I nina cheesy? Is it normal? Am I okay? But I was like, yeah, that's okay. That's how you get to grow yourself. You're very good. David does very nice, interesting videos on TikTok. I've seen he's also growing his TikTok, his social platforms, very about personal branding. He just does videos and posts them. You never know who is watching, okay? So whatever you are, whatever you have in your disposal, make sure you use it. I saw Chantel doing videos about cooking, and I told her, please tag those brands, tag that Rina that you're using to cook, tag that Blue Band, post it. Imagine being paid just maybe 100,000 for you to post a video, or just, that's an extra income, yeah? So the biggest message that I want us to know today, even as we live here, is that education should not only prepare a child to pass an examination, it should prepare them to navigate life. I don't stay with my parents, they're in Kisii alone. I'm here in Nairobi alone, and I'm the one facing the life every day alone, right? I pay my bills and all that. They don't do that. Yes, they support me where they can, but literally all life is up to me, like right now. And then CBE is trying to move education towards knowledge, what was insisted actually from the Bible, skills, values, competencies, talents, and application, rather than knowledge and examination alone. It's like we're trying to brush away the theory aspect of studies. Now we are in the practical world. Like, what exactly are you able to do? So, the biggest transition may therefore not only be in our classrooms, but also in how we think about children and success. Let it only not be in the classroom, but how exactly are we mentoring these children? Yeah, even outside the classroom. So even as I wind up, let's all remember that as we transition from 844 way of thinking to CBE, perhaps the biggest transition we need is not just in our classroom, but also in our minds. Sawa. how exactly are we going to view life? How exactly? Because 844 will remain, CBE will remain, but you're going to remain with your child. In the next 5 years, 10 years, you're the one who is going to say, Faith, ABCD and all that. Faith, I need this and this and this. And then even as we go back home, our parents who are here or those who are watching, we need to stop asking our children, what exactly did you score in school? But let's turn the conversation or change the questions to, what are you good at, Marcy? Or what do you really enjoy doing? And what problems can you solve? Given an opportunity, what problems can you solve? And what kind of a person are you becoming? And most importantly, this is the most, the most important or the nicest question that a parent can ask a child. How can I help you to turn your potential into your purpose? Yes, you're able to do all this, but how exactly I, as a parent, to play my role, how exactly can I help you to turn your potential into your purpose? So that even in the next 10, 5 years, just like Dr. Jacqueline, she stood here and she's like, I give all credits to my dad for the support that he gave me. Because I believe after the dad saw that, oh, you've done this and this, and I feel like you're very good at it. Mama, I want you to go back to school. I'll support you with the little that I have, but go back to school and change the narrative from our home, about our home. Because every child does not have to become the same kind of success. My success story is not gonna, it ain't gonna be the same like for my baby brother Dafton. His success story is gonna be different from mine, yeah? So, our responsibility here today as parents, as guardians, as learners and everybody here is not to create, or rather, for the parents and guardians here, is not to create identical children, but rather it is to create an environment where where different children can discover, develop and use their abilities differently. That's why even the Bible uses the body. We need different body parts for us to have a complete body, yeah? We can have a doctor, we can have a lawyer, we can have... Today was making joke with Davey, sorry, we were just interacting. I told him, I'm looking forward to, in the next 5 years, in my circle, whenever I need a financial advisor, I've got someone to talk to. Whenever I need a lawyer, I don't have to go outside, but I know my circle is very much well equipped to have all those kind of people. So that actually starts with today. The kind of people that you really want in your circle and how you want to identify yourself in the society too. So that is to me, and I believe that is the real conversation about CBE that I've really learned. And I hope as parents, even as we are here to mentor our children and to even play the role that God gave us from the beginning, the Garden of Eden, that you're going to support our children to unleash their full potential. Let's not force them to do things that we feel like this is what the society expects. No, maybe try the other part, because you never know what will work out, yeah? So every child is special. Every child was created for different purposes, actually, and every child holds a different role to ensure that this society becomes a whole. Sawa. If at all we only have doctors, I don't think that the society will be a whole. We need engineers, we need teachers, we need different kind of people in the society. So that's it from me. Felix, believe, spent my time very well. And not unless there's any question, from learners to parents, it's a safe space. It's a safe space. Chantel, you have?
I particularly like working with Faith, because I see a lot of energy and passion. That's when I read her bio. I was sent her bio. I automatically said I would have given this bio without reading it, because we know each other really too well, isn't it? You know, one day I'm standing somewhere and then I noticed somebody approaching me, and we had a talk initially, and I know I'm quite approachable, but I had never found such straight up courage. Somebody telling you, I wanna be better, I wanna improve myself, and I want to see how to do it. And I'm asked a question that I've never thought about how to take. And so all the leaders in the room, I know those are things that you relate to on an everyday basis. Lee, I'm very sure there are very many ladies here who look up to you, and equally the gentlemen, Anthony, Moses, Mark, Daktari, I think, Elder God. When these people come to you, what do you tell them? How do you react? I'll confess that we've not been very sure about how to deal with mentorship, and whether indeed you are actually a mentor or not. Jabuya, I don't think we are exactly ready to mentor people or to lead people. Okay? And I think for our young children, boys and girls, people who are transitioning, we owe them an apology, don't we? We do, because we have let them forge their own path, and unfortunately we loved our families so much, me and my own. Is that even true Christianity? Is it? I don't think so. By the way, eventually, at the end of this journey, do we have that love for each other so that all of us can thrive together? Imagine if I had got really open boundaries and interacting freely. And I think that's my philosophy. I try to interact freely with everyone, and as much as possible, learn from even her, much as she learns from me. It becomes a symbiotic kind of relationship. And she's done a very good presentation. Don't you think so? Let's please give her a big round of applause. Yeah. I'll take one or two questions. But before I take one or two questions, I have a question. What time is it, Faye? It's 2:36. I had announced that we wanted to do a leadership forum before we go for lunch. Question. Do we do it after, or we go for lunch and then do it? Before we do it, we do it before we go for lunch. Question. Let me see. That's the question. Do we do it after, or we do it before? Yeah. Yes. Let's do it before. Thank you. Okay. Are of the same opinion? Raise up your hand. We do it before. Okay. Thanks to Sister Evelyn and Sister Mama Nani, they have made sure that our tummies are calm. By the way, people are very calm and very attentive. Let's clap for ourselves, by the way. Is it the speakers, or is it the session, or is it the ambience of... you remember, by the way, we are the first group to do an event here. So, our guest, you have officially opened first floor for us. Mungu akubariki sana. Okay, thank you. So we are going to do it immediately after this. But now, let me take one or two questions with the topic regarding transitioning from 844 to CBE and what these learning pathways mean for each and every one of us. Are they clear? Do you have doubts? Do you have questions? Let me see by show of hands. Or even a comment. Sister Lee, I would like you to comment. So take the microphone.
All right, thank you for the nice presentation, Faith. All what I can say as a parent with children in the CBE, and I'm equally new to this. I never experienced 844 myself. It has been quite a challenge. My daughter here has been telling me, Mommy, I want to change the curriculum. I want to go to Cambridge. So as I even brought her, I was like, just hold on a moment. Maybe probably there is something in for you. So thank you so much, Faith, for the presentation. And I urge each and every one of us, especially the students, just do the best in whichever curriculum that you are. Just do the best. The sky is the limit. Or we say that beyond the sky, beyond the sky, there is more for you. So please just do the best in whichever curriculum that you are. Just ensure that you are delivering your best, and even as you progress in your career, it might start low probably as you are starting, but even as you advance, you will eventually get to where you really want to be. So I wish all of us the best in whichever field that we are, and let's endeavor to continue being the best that we can. Thank you.
Thank you.
A big clap for her. Yes. I've also noted with a lot of concern that Baba Chantel has been here consistently, and I'm pretty sure that there is maybe one or two things that he can even comment on this session. Yes. I'd like to invite you to just maybe pick the microphone, sir, and just tell us if you have got one or two comments just that can help us motivate around this idea, from 844 to STEM, and what you think is the key takeaway that we can take as young people.
Thank you. First of all, let me congratulate Faith for the good presentation that she has made.
Thank you, I'm humble.
Personally, I have been wondering whether this system is really working. And then out of your presentation, my take out is that I'll go and look at my children and see what they are good at.
Please do.
So then I support them for
Please
that.
do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for being here. We really appreciate.
Thank you very much. Any comments? Any question? One question
From the students.
from the students?
Yeah, sure.
Prospective students? Going once? Going twice? All right, thank you, Faith.
Thank
That
you
was a
very
good
much.
presentation.
Thank
We wish you all the best as well in your journey. She's in the process of discovery. And I am seeing a future CMO, Chief Marketing Officer of some big organization. Say amen. CEO? Thank you. I want a few people to help me get those 2 chairs. Davis, please get me 2 chairs from the back there. As I want to read something. Globally, the International Labour Organization reports, okay, that youth employment climbed to 12.4% in 2025. With around 260 million young people not in education, employment or training worldwide. In low-income countries, that net rises to nearly 28%, and we definitely are in the low-income country. The ILO has also flagged something worth sitting with. AI and automation could make this harder still, especially for educated young people chasing their first jobs in skilled roles. Are we together? Here in Kenya, the picture is layered. On the narrower internationally comparable measure, Kenya's youth unemployment rate stood at 15.25% in 2025, roughly in line with the global average, but I think that's about slightly close to 3% higher than the international space. But the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics captures wider reality in its most recent quarterly labor report that 34.27%, or just over 4 million of Kenya's 11.8 million youth, lacked some form of employment. And the Federation of Kenya Employers points out a structural pressure feeding this. Over 1 million young Kenyans enter the labor market every year, many without any form of skills or training. It's a bleak picture, friends, that the reality of the unemployment industry is with us, and that the reality of the disruption in the space of the gig market, the skilled market, is being heavily interfered with by the revolution of technologies, especially AI and automation. The big question is, what do we do? So, a few people said, you adopt, adapt, or you fall out. Adopt, adapt, or? Then there's another one that says, go big or go? Go big or go where? Okay, please people, go big or go? Go big or go? Go big or go home. That gap between how many young people are arriving in the job market and how many roles are being created is exactly why conversations like today actually matters. This isn't just about finding a job. It's about understanding how careers get built, how businesses get started, and how leadership gets earned. That's why I have got 2 esteemed people here with me today. And I would like to invite them on stage after I read a small bio about them. I'll start with the first person. And I'm very privileged because I had never met them before today. But I think it's always a learning curve in this life. my first guest, help me welcome on stage Moses Were. Moses Were is a digital marketing strategist, trainer, and growth and consultant, helping professional founders and organizations build strong brands and scale through strategic marketing systems and emerging technologies. As a co-founder and CEO of Strive Creatives, a creative digital marketing and an AI agency, he has led initiatives spanning university lecture halls to corporate boardrooms, working with brands including KCA University, Lebu Studios, Mustil Limited, and Ecaside Group in roles ranging from head of business development to chief growth consultant. Guided by a mission to build a connected community of empowered leaders and creators across Africa, Moses brings expertise in social media, marketing, digital strategy, business consultancy, and growth systems development, with a focus on turning complex digital challenges into practical, high-impact strategies. We are glad to welcome him to the forum to share his insights on leadership, marketing, and business growth. A big round of applause to him, please. Please join me in welcoming our next speaker, Austin Jr. Austin is an entrepreneur and a business leader and the founder and CEO of Voluntary Group, a growing group of companies spanning real estate, construction, interior design, and fit-outs, logistics, and property care. He studied finance at KCA University, an academic foundation that shaped his understanding of business, financial management, and enterprise development. Through continuous learning and development of broader leadership skills, he has gone on to build and lead multidisciplinary teams of engineers, architects, designers, project managers, and other professionals across the industry. Under his leadership, Voluntary Group has built trusted brands, including Prestige Blue Star, with projects delivered across Kenya and beyond, reaching Zambia, Uganda, and Rwanda. Today, Austin's focus is on building sustainable businesses, developing high-performing teams, and creating African brands capable of operating beyond borders, driven by a broader vision of transforming spaces and creating meaningful opportunities across the continent. Please give a warm welcome to Austin Jr. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, thank you very much and welcome again to Sporstview. We are really proud to have you around here. I think the people who are setting this did not understand exactly the setup. But yes, so we are privileged to have Austin and Moses, and as you have indicated clearly from the bios, these are serious people, isn't it? And so we want to just understand a few things, and I'm going to take it, and either of you can feel free to just let me know who is going to take it first, and then we take it the second one. Give us an idea. So the first part that I would like to ask is, give us your individual segments from within just 5 to 6 minutes about appreciating your journey, where you've come from, and what you're doing, and perhaps what are your key areas that you would say young people like this in this forum today should focus on. Thank you. I'd be happy to start with you, Austin Jr. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon. First of all, I'm grateful for this opportunity. It's my second time to be at Sporstview. There's a day we visited our friend, Dr. Tirimba and family, shortly in the afternoon, and it's a good place. I also want to, before talking about myself, invite my friend Joshua to say hi. Just rise up and say hi. Josh has been my friend from campus. Okay, hello, yes, thank you. He's carrying my son Jonathan Kwe, and my wife is there, Valin, who apparently also came from the same university we were. So yes, about me, my life happened earlier, and the normal stories of humble backgrounds, of course, applies to me as well. And I get to KCA University, and there my life starts taking different directions. At KCA, I went to do BCom Finance. And KCA is a great place because there I got an opportunity to be employed while studying. So I got an employment at the Faculty of Education. I was the administrative assistant to the dean for the time I was there. So while doing that, a lecturer gave us an assignment. And this assignment was to write a business plan. So we start writing this business plan, and all of us do our plans and we submit them. And while we were presenting this, the lecturer says that Austin had the best business plan. Then now, after that, my schedule was easy. I go to class, after class, I go back to the office, which was also near to the classes. So 2 days later, I sit and think that this business plan that was the best among the students, do I want to keep it as a marked assignment with written marks, or I can put it into practice? And it was a simple one. Just start making soaps, transition to a cleaning business, transition to property care, transition, and that growth. And I do that. But before I started that, I realized a gap. And the gap was students were struggling with printing assignments. So the money that I could get from the university, I used it to buy a printer. And then now I tell the students in the WhatsApp group, do not struggle going to the cybers. Send me your assignments, I am printing and bringing for you to the class. And then they give me those assignments and I start making money. And of course, all that happens. And now I am at Valentory Group. Valentory Group has 7 subsidiary companies, and we are based in Westlands, Nairobi. Prestige, Blue Star, Prime Render, Prime 11, we have Lumetra, we have Moderna, and other companies. And all these are multidisciplinary. We serve people everywhere. And I am looking forward to a great engagement with all of you, and I ask you to borrow something you can learn. You must not learn everything from me or from Moses, who is also a comrade from KCA. And whatever you learn today, don't go and keep it in your notebooks. Let it impact you. That's what I would ask you to join us and explore. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Moses, please.
Thank you. And as I start, I just want to appreciate Dr. Chirimba and the management of this church to have brought up this kind of initiative, because across the churches I've been, or even where I worship, I have rarely seen such kind of sessions. So that is something I think we should be clapping for. Right? Once again, I want to appreciate everyone today because ni weekend, and youth, particularly our age, na hii baridi yote, kila mtu angekuwa amejipea shughuli, right? Lakini sijaona hapa mtu amenona ule wa PS4 ule, kumaanisha wale wamejitoa ama, like the discipline and also commitment that we have come here today to learn something as we are preparing for the next phases of life. So it can be university, it can be college, or even someone wants to just discover something that they want to do. So the question on when I discovered, maybe if this was my journey, was it something like that? I think I'm still on the path of knowing who I am. And when I was seated here, I was really trying to reflect on where I'm seated today and my journey. If I look back on what has brought me here, as a young man, I was raised up by parents who loved church. That's number one. And I had 2 contradicting personalities in the house. Mom was the kind of, allow me call her lady, because atakucharaza, na he will always make sure that you are very disciplined and a straight kid. On the other side, I had a dad who was always harsh but short-tempered. Because sasa yeye anakutengeneza mbio mbio, lakini after 20 minutes inarudi. And then he has the other side, which I think I do say have. The funny side, you can have chat, you can converse. And in the village, once we had worked, angekuja na assemble wale, ukipewa kazi huko, wanapiga story na unasikia vile. He used to be a teacher, so he was always fun. So I used to embrace that, unacheka lakini unafanya kazi yako. Then after that, I had this kind of personalities. And then in 2018, I joined KCA University to pursue it was ATD. But nikapata hiyo course ilikuwa ngumu. So I had to drop it and opted for business management. Right? So whenever we are asked about the path that we are trying to pursue, the answer isn't always, you can't always find the answer once. It's always a process. And self-awareness is what's always important. If I look back at 4 years ago where I was, because it has been mentioned, I had grown with KCA University. I was a student at Kitengela campus. I used to have a talent in football. And all my football jerseys have always been written number 1. Ikaandikwa Jacom. I'm a chairman. You'll always find them written like that. I was always the best in goalkeeping. And I was also in 3 different teams. I refused to go to Division 2 just because I wanted to be a student at that time. When I finished my business management diploma, I had to leave football because now I wanted to become a career person. Ilikuwa mzuri hiyo jersey 1. Sikuwa iwekwa bench, but I had to quit to now start pursuing my career. And when I was pursuing this career, I met a manager there. He's called Mr. Mutui. He has done his PhD at KCA University. So he used to tell me, Moses, you are not made for corporate environment. The reason being, I brought in 5 investors within a period of 3 months. But nilinyimwa kuingia PNP, paid and pensionable, because sina masters. But I worked there for 5 months. So through the process again after graduation, so this is when I learned about discipline. You have your own free time. No one, hakuna mwenye anakuuliza maswali zako. Na unajua ukikaa Nairobi uko na hiyo certificate, unakuanga tu boys ndio. So sometimes I could always go to the field, but there's something that I was looking at. Unajua mwanaume kama ana pesa kwa nini? Kwa mfuko ndio. Hata relationship it a slide. Ndio. So I realized like I need to have money. So by that I started applying for jobs, and then I got a job in sales. The reason I'm giving this journey because it's a transition phase. I'm looking into it. So I got a job in sales. By that time I had someone I was doing with some hustles in construction side. And nimekuwa fundi, by the way. I had learned a lot of things, right? So within the process, there's a day I did application. Actually, I've done 3 applications in my life, and they have all been successful. The 3rd one I had to quit, right? So I did an application, and I was called up for nilijua ni interview, but nilipata tunapiga story, and I was called for that interview nikiwa nimekaa. So that one I was 22 years. It was in 2022 when I was called for that job. So when I went, nilikuta huyo madam tuna have chat, and then I was enrolled to a company called M-Space Limited to do a sales job. I worked there for 1 year. Then there's something that also happened. I lost a sale worth 5 million because a client alinipigia. Ni principal alikuwa Yala High School. Na kwanga nimemshika jina mpaka saa hii. Yala High School. So he was comparing between what was happening, what we had on our website and another competitor. So I was trying to contradict between the two. So this is when I realized like I was doing sales. Unajua kuna ile ya gumbaru. Then kuna saa hii nimesikia kuna content creator. I learned about there something called digital marketing. I was doing sales. So I started to be very curious. Remember from I said mwanaume mpaka kuwe na pesa. So there are some things I was doing in social media that you saw somewhere. So within that process, I lost the sale, but I realized something. There's something called digital marketing that we were not doing as a company. So I started learning it. So that one was in October. By February next year, I had a colleague up and hey, manager madam tumekuwa na experience by the way ngumu sana. There's a way they always are very strict. So I always had that manager, and I had a colleague. Colleague used to love my work and the CEO used to love my work, but the manager alikuwa anachukua credit yote ya sales. So when I lost the 5 million, I felt pained, and I realized I don't have a skill in digital marketing. So I started learning digital marketing. By February last year, I applied for a job at Lebu Studios, the one you saw. And again, I was just called at Java in Yaya Center. It is an international organization, if you looked into it. And we had a chat, and then I was hired on the spot. We signed the documents because everything was okay. I started working. I worked 1 month when asubuhi naamka naenda Ngong Road kwa ofisi ile mahali niko hired, lakini ile ya virtual ya international pia nafanya. After 1 month, colleague asked me, Moses, unataka kukaa kupigiwe kelele kila siku, or are you moving? Nikakaa, Monday ilifika. Unajua ule amezoea kufika tu na saa 5 pia mimi nikaamua leo acha niende na laptop. Kesho nikakunywa ile chai, hajaona emails zimeenda. And I really resigned as a Gen Z. Because sikupeana notice, but they loved my work. So I just told her, actually I've decided to resign. But I left. So that's how I left. And when I was leaving, I was joining an agency. I worked 6 months. And then through friends sharing what I was doing, again I was referred somewhere. So that is what had taken me to be here when I got a new job in now to work with Most Limited. When now I was sitting down not as a consultant, then it came to another time also a friend made me to quit that job to now start my own company. And it's a story. So one of the things that, because you asked me about the journey or things that I've learned, number one, there is something called visibility. No one is going to offer you anything if you are not visible, if no one knows you, whatever you are doing. But before you stay visible, I need to ask yourself, what really is it that is inside you? Number one, like, what are you good at? And then I want you to find pain in something. Umejua some of us come from the so-called humble background. Tunaipackaging kama humble, ndio? So, do you feel that pain of a parent akipushiwa huko home, issue mkienda kuomba chumvi mkiwa wadogo? Unakumbukanga? Kwani nyinyi wote ni cool kids? All right? So I want you to look at your background, where you have come from, and ask yourself, how can I change the lives of these people? That's number one. Number two, based on the skills you are learning as you are going to the university, you are going to definitely see a problem. Me, before I started social media, I think Mr. Trimba could have been one of my customers. He's kumbuka kitambo, but he made some inquiry to me. So I looked, when I was working at M-Space, I had learned social media. I had friends. There's a place called Kamkunji. I have people when you're importing shoes, nguo nini, hata hii suti nimevaa. And one thing that I have learned social media. So should I be employed in social media marketing? Ama should I know how to hustle, the so-called hustle? And then I realized that I can help people who access suits, who access men's shoes. And that is how I got into entrepreneurship. And later on now, I ran Strive Creatives. So Strive Creatives, we are mostly known on digital marketing and social media. But still we have Strive Creatives Africa. And then we have the Strive, which is a group of company. And then there's a lot that is in it. So we are going to have the conversation as we continue.
Thank you. Thank you very much. A big round of applause. That's a good foundation, isn't it? Anthony, answer me this question. Anthony, if you can please pick the microphone. Austin, sorry. I'm very sorry. What is the moment that you realized that you couldn't keep doing what you are doing, and then you decided to change? We didn't hear that coming. We heard it from Moses. When is that moment? Because we've heard your story in case here, but when is that moment you realized that you couldn't keep doing what you are doing?
Thank you for that. I thought that clarification would come in later. But now when I really decided that I have to change how I am doing things was still at KCA now, where now I have, of course, decided that now this business plan is a good thing that I can't keep. And the printer thing is also working. Before that printer thing, I have also been able to do small things. I did some eggs and the trolley, the way Elder Groni mentioned here. He was my customer while at school. I could go to his office, which is also in Ruaraka, and give people eggs and sell to them at 20 bob. Then it was 20 bob. So I did all that, and then I also realized, of course, at one point it starts from the point of I need money to survive. And I realized whatever I was doing, yes, it was giving me some income, but the demand for me was higher. So I decided to take a risk. Now I'm doing something big. And what pushed me to take the transition was now in 2019, when now I was at home, not at home, there's a house I was staying in Madare North, and now there are bills that I need to pay for this house. I need to sort the gas, I need to pay my fees. By there I was paying my fees with the help of KCA University and the help guys. So a lot was needed for me to handle. Then I decided, what problem can I really solve? Must I just be looking for money? Must I be bothered at the end of the month that I need to sort this, while I can find a problem that I am capable of solving? Then now I decided that now the people that have their good houses, then I didn't know that people could hire professionals to clean their houses. It was just my small reasoning that this dirty job of house cleaning is something that I can do and earn from it. Then now an idea of Blue Star Cleaning came. And that time I decided sharing with people on social media that I can do professional cleaning. And at this particular time, I didn't know how it works. And I did that for 6 months. And the first time that I really realized it changed was now in 2020, after 6 months when COVID came. And now people are going home and everybody was looking for professionals to clean and sanitize their spaces. And that time, a client called me and told me, hi, Blue Star Cleaners, I am coming back home and I need my 3 homes cleaned. One was in Kilimani, Dennis Prit, the other one was in Mudaiga, and the other one was in Lavington, Agwings Kodek, just along Agwings Kodek at the junction. And now I didn't even know how to price these things, but I knew I have a solution. So I randomly told them, for all those 3 houses, you'll give me 120,000. And I thought they would refuse that amount and start bargaining so that we arrive at 100. And this person tells me, it's okay. So go to Dennis Prit, this particular apartment, so-and-so is the caretaker, he'll give you the key. Once you're done with that, tell me when you're doing the other one. So that is really the time I realized solving something could give me some money. And it changed how I perceived the cleaning business. And of course, sequentially to where I am, the cleaning business has been integral. It has done something every single day up to where I am.
Thank you very much. So the point is solve a problem. Thank you. Moses, what did career-like success look to you at the age of 22 compared to today?
I think at 22 years, there's something I was really pushing for, much focused on. And it was about more tying my visibility with recognitions across the industry. And because I was establishing myself as a known digital marketer who was trusted. So I wanted to be in every room people were talking about marketing. I wanted to be known by everyone that I was a digital marketer. And I wanted to be known as an excellent professional to be in partnership with, in solving some social media issues that really mattered at that time. One of the reasons I'll share that is because I was young and I was curious about learning about the digital process, what it really meant, and also on the other side I was a student within the university. So I really wanted to see how many other people also can I influence or impact as they take on this career for social media or digital marketing. And within that process, I think I did something even with KCA University. I was the first person to host over 10 influencers, I'd say free of charge, at that institution. People whom if I am to host today, I'll need even 1 million. They will accept kuja hapo. So that is something that I did, and I've told you I was chasing visibility and recognition and awards, and I really got them. So when I look at today, I think growth has really moved because by then I was a professional, I'd put it like that. But today I run a company that has employees, and some of our partners have up to 20 branches. Some are also across different regions. And these all processes really need structures, they need discipline, and also they need some skills that you need to have as a professional and also to ensure that the people you work with have. Okay. So today I am approaching growth at a point of individual development, both in professional areas, so that I can be efficient. I can be in a position to diagnose a problem before even it happens sometimes, whenever my team is delivering, because you have to take ownership of whatever is happening in the company, even if the best person is working on it. And that's something that I'm looking on it, and it's making me think about even doing my masters within the next upcoming years. On another area, I think it has come to an age where I have to work also on collaboration partnerships, and also making sure that I really protect my reputation. because I'm at a level where Moses is not seen just as a professional, but also he represents a brand, and also on the other side, anyone who is in contact with him, people want to associate with. You can use my name to get in a particular room. I can use your name to get in a particular room. So that is something that I have to ensure that I protect every single day. So one of the things that I make sure to protect that is that I have to be excellent in my job. That's number one. I have to also know what I say and how I say it, because it's very important. And also I have to make sure that I understand how I show up in the public, because they really matter. Another area that is very important, because we have talked about growth today. If you want to go far, you go with others, right? If you want to go far, go with others. So another thing that I've also had to embrace today is making sure that I build my networking, and partnerships and collaborations in areas that bring in not just mutual relationships, but also we can make impact, like the conversation we are having today. So that is how I weigh my growth in today's age. But still, I'm in the process of learning to know who I am really.
Thank you. And you've touched about the very nice qualities. Just retain the mic for the very important qualities that you needed, that you didn't have at 22, but you now have as a CEO at your current age, and you are perhaps at a stage where you are scaling and you are rapidly growing your company. Maybe just something that I would like to check with you very importantly. Which is that important skill that you'd say is a one skill that you think somebody who wants to become a future CEO should actually have and start nurturing now?
I want to put them together. We call it speed. Speed, and I want to add decision making behind it. If you think of doing anything today, or you are supposed to make that decision now, you make it now. Because it has costed me a lot as an employer. If you think of firing someone, fire them that moment you think you should fire them. If you think of executing something, do it that moment. Because CEOs, they solve problems, and also they see through problems. And also where they sit, the decisions they make, the words that they make, people don't take them lightly, they take them with authority. So one of the key things that today I really look at is always speed. But also that's number one. Number two is also protecting my peace or environment, like who has access to me, and also the distractions. Because there's a difference between, is it called a signal and a noise? You can't make the right decision if you are in a place which has a lot of people. So also you have to know, people are talking about circle. If you want to make the right decision, even if you want to make it faster, the next course, you want to know about something, make sure that you are also surrounded with the best people. So me, I'd say speed. Yeah.
Speed and decision making.
Yeah.
Okay, Austin. Is entrepreneurship for everybody, or as young people in the room, what do you think we need to do today? Can we also become career people? And what would be the decision criteria for you to, let's say, make a bold decision and therefore transition? Or is there a plan?
That's a good question. Normally, what I hear in most of the environments I go to is that the entrepreneurs are superior than career people or employees. And I think that is quite misleading. And I consider entrepreneurship as a path on its own. Career and employment also as a path on its own, because somebody can succeed in either paths they choose to take. And I also believe, and I have always said, that the person in somebody's organization is not different from the person running their own organization. So if you are struggling with discipline, you are struggling with timeliness, you are struggling with dedication, and you're just doing things averagely. And of course, my good friend Dr. Tirimba usually left us with parting shots after every class. And one that to date is in my mind is that in an extra mile there is no traffic. people that are going an extra mile move very fast, because very few people can go an extra mile. So if you are doing things the average way when employed, getting to entrepreneurship is not going to become a shortcut to your success. You can choose either paths and succeed. You can succeed as a CEO in another organization. You can succeed as a partner in another organization. You can succeed also as an entrepreneur. So I won't just say that all of us should now join entrepreneurship because it's the best. I have seen people that are thriving and succeeding excellently in employment than many people who are CEOs. But if you are making a decision to become self-employed or an entrepreneur, it is important that you develop the required skills. Company A will succeed because the manager or the owner is excellent at marketing, while company B will succeed because the owner or the manager is excellent at people management. So just identify a skill that you have to employ to succeed in your space, and then ensure you are working with people. Moses has said that if you are going far, you have to work with people around you. So if you are intending to walk the journey of entrepreneurship, then learn that skill that you want your business to be identified with. Let people know that this business, their marketing strategy is irresistible. Let people know that this business, their customer management is superb. And then now get people to assist you filling the other gaps. As soon as you are ready to make that decision, then don't postpone it. Don't keep planning. Start it poor, start it weak, start it trembling, start it when you are still disturbed, but get started. The moment you know, I have this solution to offer and I have these people to back me up as you start it. That is what I would say.
Thank you very much. Voluntary spans several sectors, isn't it?
Sure.
Interior, logistics, real estate, materials. What is the discipline that let you scale across those industries?
One thing that has, I won't say that I started when the growth was as it is at the moment. And as business people get to a point that now the growth is flowing in and you have a lot to juggle at the same time. The only thing that has kept us stable is systems and structures that are in place to help us get reporting from our team in Mombasa, from our team from wherever side of the world they are. We have invested so much in having everything happening in the company systemized. So you're not going to have random requisitions for finances. You're not going to have WhatsApp reporting for projects. You're not going to have WhatsApp requests for reimbursements and all that. Having the right systems to do the right thing. You're not going to wonder when a customer calls again, when did I talk to this person? We have CRMs in place and everything. Managing all those 7 companies has been possible because with the team that I have of over 50, we have been able to put systems. And I won't say that that journey also for anybody aspiring to be a business person or an entrepreneur, that journey is easy. From a process where you are operating on WhatsApp and now you are telling people you have to account for whatever you do on a system, you have to experience resistance. And that also calls for people management skill that I would say is a skill that everybody desires as they do business. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Austin. Moses, and I want to come back to the crowd immediately after Moses responds to this question. If you have a question, be very brief and direct, okay? And then express it directly to any member of our panelists. In a field like digital and creative work, where trends move really, really fast, yeah? How do you build something durable rather than chasing the next platform? And as part 2 of that question, how has AI disrupted your industry?
I think AI has, let me start with that last part. AI has just made work to be very easy today because we can get the solutions we need. It can give us questions we need. The answers to the questions we have. Like I know that profile you gave me today All right. So one of the things that AI has really made today is to make information to be very accessible to people who can access the internet. For my young brothers and sisters who are here, also AI has made it easy for you to learn if you are more curious about knowing the course that you need to take based on your personality, based on the industry or an area that you are thinking about knowing something about. If I look on it at a professional field, I think AI has been much of a greater impact to businesses that are fully embracing digital transformation than just normal staffs or independent or regular staffs who are applying them in their areas, because we do not have effective measures that we can use to determine its impact on supporting business growth. And that is one of the challenges that we are experiencing today. Because when we talk about digital transformation is just the process where, as he has talked about systems, we want to see on the different perspective of a business, where can we use tools like, let me say, cloud, so that we can respond faster to customers on WhatsApp. It can be on that area. We can have better policies in the business. We can do marketing intelligence to predict maybe what is it that customers will demand in this product that he is selling across these companies. And if you want to know that, when you talk about digital transformation, if you look at iPhone 17 that everyone wants to have today, after 50 years, iPhone 17 will be the least phone that people will be bragging about. Think about the iPhone X and the others. Everyone thought that those were the best at those period, even the BlackBerry and Nokia by some time, right? But today, if you look at technology, what has really happened? So technology is just helping organizations to structure their innovation processes. And that is what you, as a young guy who is seated there, you know your skills, the qualities, how do I put them? Your habits. Why can't you just put them into the tool that you interact with from day to day that has learned you, and you ask it, which field can I really match with my skills towards the career that I want to aspire? The reason I'm bringing that is when you use AI or these systems that we have, you find that you can build a career in something that you love doing every single day. All right? Passion. It will be seen in the results of what you do. Remind me the first question.
Yes, the first question was building sustainable platforms across an industry like the digital creatives, which is fast transitioning.
So one of the things that I emphasized on was visibility. Visibility, right? Like for ujulikane, you can share content, ukue content creator. How many content creators do we have in the room? Hata kama huwa una dance, usiogope. We have one. I can see there are nearly 5. All right? I'm wondering, Dr. Tirimba is not sharing with us insights on financial management.
Elder, right? Why are you hiding?
So one of the things that for you to become a digital creator, you have to love. That's the reason I used a dance as an example. You have to love this thing that you want to do. So number one thing that I want to talk about is self-exploration, where you need to know what is it that I am good at, or what can I share with people about me that I want them to know. You have seen people talking on podcasts, right? Some about relationships, some about finance, some about education, different areas. Because this is not a field that maybe that person learned, but he finds it easy to share his experiences. So first explore your skills, what you are good at. And then after that, ask yourself, this topic or this skill that I have, even if you are a footballer, where can I place myself so that the next opportunities can find me? There are many platforms that are out here. But me, I always think like, I'm not a Kikuyu, but huwa nafikiria kama Mkikuyu. Because I want to be placed or positioned in a platform where whenever I share content, out of 10, one of those people is a potential employer or a potential customer. Tuko pamoja. If I share content, me nikidribble football, I know that it's either the peers who are in this room, wanaenda kuona Mose ni mkali. So ukikuja hapa wanakupea space ya sijui kama tuko pamoja. So you place in your one, you need to be visible. That's number one. We started there, right? So you're visible on something you love. Number 2, you are placing yourself because you want to attract opportunities, and also you want to dominate authority. And for you to get that authority, you need to be in a platform where you have the same people who have the talent as you. And also you need to be in a position where the people who have the opportunities you are looking for, they are on that platform. both business-wise and career-wise. That is why professionals who are pursuing their careers, they are on LinkedIn. You don't find them much sharing those insights on Facebook, right? So ask yourself, in this platform, who is it that I want them to see me, or who do I need to know my talent? So if, based on your industry, go to that platform which has the highest number of people who will be in a position to spot your talent. Number 3, which is very important because you asked about scaling. This discipline is great, and everyone talks about discipline. I want to talk about consistency. How consistent can you be in the platform that you have chosen to share content? And just make sure that the content you are sharing now, it's something that people love. So, and if you are creating a video about a talent or the skill that you have, because already they have known you. Remember we talked about some 2 phases beyond. So they have known you for what you are always doing. Can you be consistent enough? Consistent enough, people can also trust you. And that is how you monetize your talent.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Are we enjoying the session? Let me ask 1 or 2 questions. Is there a question? Or do we continue with the panelists? Thank you. Make it very brief, and then we will choose who to take it.
So I have questions for both of them. So the first question is for, so how does someone, first of all, you've said visibility is the moat. So then which 2 routes do you take? Writing first or creating that video first? And then how do you merge personal branding with that content that you're going to create? And then for him, what did it take for you to go on and build with capacity? You were in the job sector, then you decided to go on and decide to build your own company. Did you see it like, here at the job sector, I'm not going to build with capacity, let me go outside there and start building something of my own?
So for you to be visible, you need a platform, right? Uko na WhatsApp kila siku? Uko na WhatsApp? What are you good at? Ongea tu watakusikia. No, what are you good at? Yenye wanaweza ona na macho. Sijasikia? Okay, how many of your pictures do you post on WhatsApp status every day? Ukiwa umevaa hizo makladi zako. So the reason I'm answering you like that is because we think about visibility as something that has to be really packaged, so good enough for everyone, right? So it's the simple things that compound every single day. So what you do, whatever you have discovered I'm good in passion, self-discovery, ndio ushajua what you are good at. So these are the things that elements, wewe unajua kuna hii design, kuna hii design, kuna hii design, kuna hii design. So on Monday, these are the pictures that I take and share them here on my WhatsApp status. And then it's the friends here, utapata wengine wanashaanza kuwa fan wako. Then I'll be tying it to the top with something. I'm coming there. You had part 2 of the equation. So the first form of visibility is for you to place yourself on any platform where someone can see you. You don't stay hidden. It's like a lamp which is under this table. All right? So you look at the fastest platform for you to be using limited resources for you to place yourself. That is WhatsApp status, because you want these people to know what you do. And then you need to think about, if these people have known what I do, I want more other people to know about me. So this is when you are coming to, and also I want to share my experiences. I want people to know who I am. Nataka wanijue, wanitambue. So this is when now you ask yourself, these people who have seen what I do on WhatsApp status, mbona sasa nisingie TikTok? I can give them, because also you are looking for our opportunities whenever you want to be visible. You are not just doing it for fun. There's never something for fun. Do it for money. So you come, you do your videos, you do your reels, you create your content. Enda tu hata upost kama hujui kuandika caption. Then unatumia hizo trending hashtags, then you post it online, right? So now you asked about something about personal branding. So for us to recognize you with fashion, we have seen you do 1,000 posts with fashion and different designs and clothes. So automatically tunakuweka wapi? As a model. Acha niseme hivyo, si ndio? Reason? Because of how you have been dressing yourself. So a brand is, to some people say that a brand is who people you are when you're not in the room. Because a brand is just a perception. It doesn't exist actually. But it's about what you tell people to see. It's about what you tell people to see. to see. So if you want to build a brand around something, you must create a story within it and know how to present it to the audience. And then as you present it to the audience, be consistent. And again, under branding, don't go for more than 3 things or 3 areas that you want to be known for everything. A jack of all trades is a master of none. You can be good in very different areas. If you looked at my profile, I was like, hey, ni mimi. It has different spectrum, right? But each client has their areas. And also we have some stuff. So what you need to know is, on what do I want to be known for on Facebook? What do I want to be known on TikTok? What do I want to be known for on Instagram? So Instagram unachukua makladi safi safi, unapiga picha zako, unazipost. TikTok unakuja unaslay hivi, ili trends ndio. Something with? So actually I'm there. That is why nimekuambia the reels. So marketing now is when you are telling people the exact action you want them to take. So do you want them to buy the clothing, or do you want them to buy you as a brand? And no, leave alone the simuelewi kidogo. Because I wanted to know, are we selling the skills of a design, the clothing, or you wanted to know? Okay. So, are you good on those skills? This one should be your first client. Si amesikia umesema. So first you have to know, you have to pitch. If you want to make sale, you have to pitch yourself. And before you pitch, you have to know who is my client. Me, I didn't start with posting on social media. No, what you have known your skills. So first, identify the industries that you want to work in. Identify the industries that you want to work in. Number 2, identify the key companies now that you can contact so that they can buy from you. And then as you are doing this underground, number 3, now work on your personal profile. Kuwa na portfolio, kuwa social media, and create content. So you can do the writings using ChatGPT or your own personal content. Use AI at 20% if you are a digital marketer, 20% only if you are a digital marketer. And then share your own personal experiences across learning. Today you are here. Share real, authentic content. Reason being, some of the sales that I have closed have not come from me saying I run a company. They have come from people who are like, hey, Moses shares about this. Moses nimekuona pale. And they have come from different areas zenye nilikuwa nashtuka. Even recently I was seated somewhere na mtu anasema, Moses when nilikuona, it was a day we were with Mr. Chirimba KCA. So there was a CEO's group I joined last year. So the CEO said, I've been following your group na niliona hii siku. There's a lapel I was placed here. Now that is what I knew. This is the guy now I wanted to become my social media manager. So also the people you associate with as you are building your career, the path it will come. But I think there was something on mentorship, so we'll have conversation.
You might have to repeat the question.
Just say.
Yeah. Thank you. One thing about me, I am courageous and I take actions. The moment I decided I am transitioning, I had identified a problem, I am going to solve it. I know it's going to be a rough road for a start, but I decided I'm going to do it. And I knew I can only learn while I am there. So I went there, learned. All the systems I did were because I was there. So I just decided to go and learn right inside the job.
Thank you. Courage. Faith, you had a question. Make it brief, and then responses should equally be very brief.
I think my question goes to both of you. Being CEO, that means you just have to do everything from marketing, from finance and all that, human resource. So in that field, you also have to keep up with the trends in the market and all that, yeah? So from where you guys sit, which is the opportunity that you feel like it's not untapped, like by young people? People think they're not opportunities, but given a chance to advise someone who's coming up in their career, which direction would you advise them to take because there are opportunities out there? Thanks.
Thank you. I would start by saying, by being a CEO, you must not be able to do everything. Just have the right people that can do the right things and the relevant things for themselves. And on the opportunity that I feel is not yet properly tapped, I think there is a lot of vacancy at a point of where people of integrity are needed. Very few people can do things without being watched. So from whatever career path you choose, be a man or a lady of integrity. There's a gap there because I will need a HR that has a high integrity. I need an accountant that has high level of integrity. I need a social media manager that will do their things when I am not watching them. So I would not really point it to a particular career path, just a person of integrity.
Thank you. Hand over the microphone to him, Moses, briefly.
I think you have said it all. There are many jobs in Kenya. Acha niwaambie. It's very true. But especially with the Gen Zs. No one wants to work with a Gen Z. Everyone wants to hire someone who is 28 years plus. Umesikia ako hapo na ameanza kufikiria entrepreneurship. Najengia kazi. So ukimpea kazi, anachapa kazi yako 50-50. Unasikia? Na anapata mshahara 100%. So one of the things that we need to add, discipline. You see, even the business is building, it's discipline actually. So one of the things that the you guys who are here, I just want you to have is discipline and resilience. If you have taken the career path, know that I want to be known. Think about growing on that career path up to where you are the best at it, even 10, 20 years to come, and just give the best results in whatever you are doing. But that moment when you have started to think twice, niko ndani na niko nje, that is when also you find that it's very challenging for you to succeed in career.
Thank you. There was a question here.
So my question is to the both of you. Yeah. So you've mentioned briefly about the importance of teamwork, but I'm not yet fully contented because I'd like to know how you came up or what you looked at while coming up with your first team. Because most of the time we are tempted to bring in our friends and maybe they are not competent in the very thing.
Yeah, I'll ask Austin to take it, then so that we can move because it's a question that.
Acha nipeane mimi.
Okay, take that question.
We handle something called strategy and performance marketing. So I said speed and decision making, and I said business has costed me a lot, right?
Yes.
So when you talk about teamwork, we want someone who can be just faster in whatever that they do, and someone who can be trusted. You can do your work when you are not being seen, and we can hand you a CV like this, and then just get the work done. So me, personally, I think those are some of the two skills that I want you to just have. Now, you see the way you are young. Just if you pay to your opportunity, be the fastest person to respond to. You are going to be the best team member.
Thank you. And by the way, as you answer that question, one more thing. Do you just start and hire people?
Thank you. On your question on what I considered while hiring, each company keeps hiring. Even the biggest multinationals hire. You hire based on what you urgently need at that time. You start when you only need cleaners. Just hire cleaners. You grow and you realize you need somebody to handle your marketing. Hire a marketing person. You grow and you realize the finances now need control. Now you need somebody to be in charge of the department. Hire somebody that does that. So you don't hire that you want to have a team when you don't have something for them to do. First of all, start, discover challenges, address them through the right people. While hiring, even if you have to give an opportunity to a friend or to a churchmate, let it be somebody that is competent. And while they are at work, let it be work. When it is church, let it be church. On your question, you don't start and hire. Start and interact with your business first. Even when you are hiring somebody, hire somebody when you can answer 1 or 2 questions about your business. And you can only have an answer when you have done that business yourself. So there are businesses you can start alone, and there are businesses that you can only start when you have an expert in it.
Okay, thank you. I was a little bit distracted, but that's a very important response. There's a lot of questions. My panelists, I want you to answer all of them. So let's keep it very brief, and so that we can cover most of the questions. But so far, so good.
Yeah, I'll give this gentleman. Please introduce yourself and then tell us what's your question.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I am Billy Makori. First of all, a very good congratulations to you guys. This is a very good discussion. I have 3 questions. First of all, what has been your biggest learning curves in your journey as CEOs? The second question, work-life balance. For you guys as CEOs, how much is too much? And for us who would want to venture into that entrepreneurship journey, how much do you think is too much for us? And lastly, maybe seem like a personal question, but what's next for Moses and Austin post-voluntary and also post-strive? Thank you.
Thank you. So take it in that order, 1, 2, 3.
Learning curve. Mine was at a point that I made losses that I had not hoped I would make. It was a big business that I thought I was going to make a lot of money from it, but because I didn't have systems in place, I lost more than I received. So I decided that now systems have to be in place to take control of this, and I don't regret that decision. Thank you.
On work-life balance with entrepreneurship, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. There is no work-life balance in entrepreneurship, but it exists if you are a 9 to 5. So in entrepreneurship, there is no work-life balance. You just have to be disciplined and well-organized so that you can deliver for your clients and also manage your company well. The third one was on what's next for Strive. Yes? Okay, there's Strive and voluntary, yeah. So for the Strive, I think there are things we have been working on. And on Monday, if you can check on social media, we have things that our academy has not been in operation for the last couple of months. So from next week, we have improved our programs. Initially, we used to offer courses, but currently we offer programs because we are also moving across different parts of Africa. In our previous trainings, we were just training Kenyans. But currently, we are incorporating, focused on C-suite, executive levels, and others. But also, we'll be looking for something for the local market that is digital marketing, because we find that many young youths like you and others want to learn digital marketing. I have had people like you coming to me, Moses, nilikuwa pale. Nililipa 15K, lakini hiyo course haikukuwa sawa. Nataka nikuje kwako. So that is something that we have been looking at, and in the course of next week, you will see the announcement. On the Strive Creatives Africa, generally, I think we are reinventing our approach towards the African market in delivering strategy, because we have secured some partnerships, and also we'll be announcing them as we move ahead. Thank you.
Let Junior hold that thought. He will give us what next for their corporate as he answers the next question, which is unfortunately our second last question. Okay,
thank you. I'm Wangila Mark, and my question is, what is one mistake that you made early in your career that you will strongly advise a young person not to make?
Thank you. That's a good one as well. What next for voluntary is what I would start with. Voluntary, because we have mastered the art of the built environment. We are launching a company in Mombasa. It's called Coral Bay Interiors and Construction. That is to happen in October this year. And we are hoping to transform spaces customized to the coastal people. On the mistakes I have made, I think that I regret a lot was thinking that I would earn a lot of success just through focusing on looking for money. And I later learned that that was approaching a journey from the wrong direction. And what I have learned is you can achieve a lot of success by building capacity that solves problems. And that is, of course, what I have learned.
Thank you very much. Even as we are concluding, I want to call up on stage one gentleman. His name is Dixon. Dixon, please. A round of applause to Dixon as he comes and takes on to this seat here. Apologies for coming in late, but I would like him to take the last question and one question from me. All right. And he's going to tell us about himself. Okay? So, can I see, is there a last question? Okay. If not, then I'm going to ask this question.
tell us, number one, you'll tell us about yourself. Okay? And then number two, if you had 500,000 Kenya shillings today and you had 1 year and you had to start over again, what would you do? Thank you. Welcome, Dixon.
Thank you so much. Good evening, guys. My name is Dixon Kichava, as you've heard. I come from Kisii. I'm glad to be here today by invitation of my mentor, Dr. Ari. I'm glad also to see my young CEO also here. Austin is my good friend. We happen to be in the same university. Up to now, we continue helping one another in this life. I'm happy I'm seeing also my youth here from Green Valley, and I can see some 2-3 people I know. I'm sorry for coming late. I was very far. I had traveled to Mombasa, and then I missed my morning flight, but I have managed. I never wanted to miss this opportunity. I'm glad to see young people like me here. I'm hoping you've learned great things from young CEOs here. One day, one time, they were like you. I'm hoping at the end of the day, you will go home with something. Sorry for coming late. I had a lot to share with you. I don't know where to start from, whether to go directly to the question.
Yes. Just go directly to the question. If you had got 500K today and you had to start over again and you had got 1 year,
1 year,
what would you do? That's the first question you will have to answer. And as you think about that question, the other question I am planning for you is, and please remind him when he forgets, is a lot of us here are in high school, others are transitioning to university. Do you think they are prepared enough for the global world? Do you think they are prepared well enough in colleges for the field of entrepreneurship and for the field of the labor market? And what skills can you encourage them to take home with? So I ask that we be more direct because we've discussed a number of other things together with the other gentlemen. Thanks.
Thank you so much. I think I can start with the last one. I'm a true testimony. I know, and I believe that each and every person here, even if you are done with now your Form 4s, you can be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur, what it needs, it's only courage, discipline. So like myself, I started business back at campus where I was in second year. I came from a humble background where I was not depending anyone. So I had no option apart from seeing what I can do to maneuver in campus. As you know, in Nairobi, it's shamba la mawe, vile wanasema. So for me, I know each and every person here, as long as you have the right mind, you've decided. The only problem we have as young people, we don't have that courage. We fear. So for me, what I can say, entrepreneurship doesn't depend. You can even finish class 8 and then you start entrepreneur. It's you to decide. You set your mind. Like you want to start something. Like me, when I had no option, I saw a certain gap. Actually, most of my colleagues in campus, they were really laughing at me because they thought that these many jobs, who can do it? Actually, I started a cleaning company. Back then, I was doing fumigation for the cockroaches. I was going to people's houses to do fumigation for them. So me, when I was entering campus with my pump, knapsack, I go to lecture. Once I'm done, if I have client, I just go. So people were saying, "Mtu amende ndio yule." So it was a laughing matter, but back then I knew what I was doing. I never lost my focus. Actually, when I finished campus, I had employed 5 people. So I knew that this business, people know that it's a very bad job. I was cleaning sofas. But when I finished school, in my account, I had good money. And it happened I had a good friend who also offered for me employment. But I asked myself, between employment and I've employed 5 people, what can I do? I said, let me give it a try. The rest is history. Cleaning has done for me a lot. It opened my mind. It has made me to network with many people. I've met different people. See, I was going all over Nairobi to someone's home. You don't know the person you are meeting. You meet people, they encourage you. So I started small, but right now that cleaning company, it has given employment to more than 100 young people. And now, because I had that mind, I kept on what I can do. I started doing many other business. Like now, Soul City has a group of companies. I have opened a retail business for supermarkets all over the country. So I'm really glad that there's nothing that is impossible. It's you to believe in yourself. And what I've come to notice, the most important thing, whom do you surround with? Who challenged you in your life? You see, like me, I was admiring the life of Daktari. When he was coming to lecture, he used to talk to us nicely. And when he was finishing lecturing, he used to give us something small. So he really encouraged me a lot. I wanted to be like him. I said, I will be like Daktari. And then I made him to be my friend. Up to date, I'm not regretting. And he was my best man. In last year, I did my wedding. He was my best man. And he's still my great friend. And he's really encouraging me. And when he invited me here today, I said, I'll have to come. So clap for Daktari. So I want to encourage you guys. You are surrounded with the correct people. The problem is we don't want to share. Share with people. Have someone. Have something that challenges you in life. Like he has asked me the second question of me starting again with 500,000. You see, my mind now, I'm thinking about billions. I'm not even thinking about small. So even that question for me, honestly, it's very difficult for me. Because at the moment, what is thinking in my mind, I'm thinking on how I'm making millions of money.
Reason is? It's them.
What I've set my mind that I'm not going backward. So I don't see that coming. Okay, let's say, but I don't see. Because for me,
I think Junior has understood my question. Let him finish it and then take it. So the idea is, and it is them that they have the 500,000.
Fine. I understood. You see, I've understood your question.
But for you, it doesn't make sense now.
It makes sense.
Okay.
But okay, let me challenge you this way. You see, once you've gone upwards, it is the mistakes that you can do in life that makes you now come downwards. Let me say now, let me think that way, that maybe you've gone upwards and then maybe slight mistake has happened, you've fallen down. Now you have 500,000. This 500,000, like me, what I can do, like social media, it's really very, very, very powerful. If I have something, what I will now start, I'll start looking at niche. I'll have to find a niche. Something that people really need. And it's a daily, something that people consume on a daily. You cannot do without it. So that's the thing that I can start marketing. And then now I'll invest wisely with that 500,000. Within a short period of time, when you have 500,000, it's not a small money. Mm-hmm. If you have that 500,000 and you have, you know, someone who has a setback, you have learned something that will hit you bad. So you never want to again to repeat the same mistake. So with that 500,000, you know that marketing, you're going to do this now, you're going to be disciplined. You have the problem, you must identify something. And that something now, it's you to market it, make people believe it in, and then you will make it.
Thank you very much. A big round of applause to our guests today. Thank you, people. Before I let them go, I have one question here. No, it's fine. We have closed the session. Time is really spent. Yeah, you will see him at the network session, okay? And then take it. I have one question. If someone in this room today does exactly one thing differently starting tomorrow, this room, as part of your closing remarks and key takeaways, in under 30 seconds, what would that be based on the conversation that we've had today? Starting with this gentleman, Moses.
I don't know exactly what they are doing, but this would be my point for you. If you are starting to build something, to do something today, just my emphasis will be build something, document it, and ask for feedback to improve it. And if it's good, then sell it to the market.
Thank you. If you have to do something from today's meeting, I would ask you to stop chasing money. Find a problem that you can solve. Be valuable. Let that value give you money. Naturally, money that comes from value contribution is consistent, is sweet, and will never end. But money that you are just facing head-on to harvest, that one you will not get. And it will give you trouble and stress, and you will be depressed and die hopeless without money. Look for a problem, solve it, be valuable in wherever place you're going to be after this meeting. Thank you. Okay. All right.
Actually, there's something you said about social media, and I just want to say I talked about our programs. We have 300,000 that we have located aside for some of the products we are here to launch. So, as I run a marketing agency, if I have the 500,000 that's available, is 200,000 is always available for marketing emergency projects, collaborations, or partnership. And then we always have money for digital online advertising. So definitely the 300,000, 100,000 we have growth systems. That one focuses on corporates. 100 always focus on capacity training. And then 100,000 goes in marketing, the normal marketing services that even people buy here for social media, digital marketing. So that's 300,000 is gone. And then we have any project, partnerships, there is 200,000. So that one, your 500,000 is used.
Help us answer. If you had 500K and you had to start over.
What did you say before you proceed, Mr.? You said Mr. what? Mr. Austin, okay.
Mr. CEO.
Thank you. If I had 500,000 to start all over again, I would start from what I have said before, and of course Dixon mentioned. I would first of all identify a problem. Say today now I have been in the space of built environment. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going back there. So I would identify a gap in maybe interior fit outs, in design, in construction. And then this 500,000, this is how I would spend it. I would not take the whole money into starting. I would take, say, 30% of that money, give it 150,000, and then do a test. From this 150,000, now allocate 50% of it to marketing, 20% of it for coffee, because in our space, coffee is also important. You have to meet people, discuss with them issues, tell them, visualize that dream together with them. And we do a lot with Joshua. Joshua and Daktari, coffee is random, just call them, discuss those problems there. That is also an important thing. I would do another 20% for maybe designing a few overalls and buying safety boots for the team. And then I would take 10% for a system, a basic system that I need to get started, because I have learned painfully that you must have systems. So once I have 10% in systems, I have 20% for coffee consultations, I have 20% for my marketing and all the others, then now I can start. If it works, I move to the next percentage of that money. If it works, then now I go full blown, because this thing is now real and it's working. Yes, that is what I would do.
And Dixon, thank you for joining us. Please give us your closing remarks in under 30 seconds.
Thank you so much. So what I can encourage young guys, start small, dream big. Today I've come here. I normally meet many youths, but the only challenge I have, not many youths who are serious. That's the only challenge I'm facing. People want easy money. You want to be a millionaire. You want to buy a car tomorrow. You want to build a very big mansion. Things don't work that way. Like today, I want to challenge people. I need like 2-3 people who I'm going to mentor. But if I'm going to mentor you, you must be very serious.
A big round of applause. So, I mean, guys, there's a free offer for mentorship from successful people here. Thank you so much. Yeah. I mean, that was just to appreciate the mentorship, and I hope they are takers for that, isn't it? Thank you.
But that one we must be very serious because I'm very busy. If we are going to start, you must be focused, ready to start, and you must have something, capital. And if you don't have an idea, I can sell for you an idea, and you must dedicate your time. Like I remember my first business when I started it, marketing it online. 8 months, I didn't have any client. 8 months. Marketing daily, waking up 5. I market up to 7. For 8 months, I didn't have even one client. But when they started throwing, they overwhelmed me. The rest is history. So I'm ready to start that journey with anyone who is serious. You see, like me, when I want to meet a doctor, he's a very serious person. But I know how I strive myself to find him. Up to now, it's very difficult to reach him. But I know when I need something, I must get him. Even if it's 5 minutes, it will be very important for you. Thank you, guys.
A big round of applause for us. Thank you, gentlemen. Let us, we can, you have something? Oh, yeah, I think you already offered us the closing remarks. No. Thank you very much. But yeah, if you have your first, maybe your closing remarks, and then you can.
I think what I would use this opportunity for is to thank Dr. Tirimba for inviting me for this session, and our friendship with him would not allow me resist. And he invited me while I was also quite far. Apparently, all of us were far. But I had to leave yesterday in Namanga and get here, and today I had to come here. And I hope all that coming was not in vain. You might leave here feeling there is something you didn't gain. I hope there is somebody that their life is going to be transformed. And dear youths, don't take these sessions as formalities. The elders of the church are not sitting down to bring these forums just because you are idle at home. They want you to be impactful. If all this team, 90% of you can be impactful, imagine the society, how it would be for this church. So I challenge you to go out there, pick one thing, do it, and I hope all of us are going to succeed. When we meet next time, all of us should be referring to the meeting that Felix coordinated here, where Dr. Tirimba talked, where Elder Groni talked, where the doctor we had talked, where our sister there talked. Let's do something after this. Life is not going to be easy when we take things normally. And may God bless you. And wherever we choose to go, go with God. Don't go alone. Because when you leave God behind, you're not going anywhere. Thank you.
Asanteni sana. Shukran kubwa. I think that's it. Thank you so much. A big round of applause again for all of them. Thank you, gentlemen. You can have your seats. Wow. Can we say wow? This has been a great session. You know the good thing of being a master of ceremony, and I've done this for a long time, is you become the first audience and you ask your questions first. I have locked out so many questions here because you are not the MC or the moderator, isn't it? And obviously I couldn't lock my questions out, could I? I mean, how many times do you get a chance to interact with people who have built companies and scaled growth, isn't it? However, let me just say something, and I want to welcome people. I'm really sorry, first of all, for the time that you've spent, okay? Sincere apologies for that. But I have consulted with the wise men, and I've been told that we can just generally conclude our session before we go for our lunch, and then we go our way. Are we together? And that, I think we need to do that. So we have decided that any other session after now is collapsed into just one session, and we are going to have our speaker who is going to speak to us for just a maximum of 15 minutes, and we are going to, and then after that we are going to have some closing remark for maybe a maximum of 5 minutes. So maximum of 20 minutes, I'm looking at it from now. We shall go for our lunch, and then we shall call it a day. Is that fair? Is that fair enough? Thank you. Thank you so much. And I would like to welcome up front now, okay? One Mr. Justin Kirembeka, okay? And he's going to talk about preparing your next scholarship. And we are seeking to equip participants with practical skills to identify suitable scholarship opportunities and prepare strong competitive applications. Prepare strong competitive application. Right? So thank you, Mr. Justin, for coming in. I know you are coming in not at a very good time, but I'm pretty sure you will understand why this session is very important. But before he talks, I want to say something. I want to say something very, very important. Unfortunately, the curriculums in our universities and colleges today, and I see Mark Kenyatta there, are not very adequately prepared to have students and prospective employees adequately prepared. Why am I saying this? Soft skills are completely missing. People are no longer being taught soft skills adequately. I have a belief that we start with communication skills in first year, but by the end of fourth year, soft skills are not there. So for heaven's sake, I ask each and everyone here to be very deliberate about the soft skills, and this include writing. Can you do a correspondence letter properly? Can you speak properly? Can you express yourself with confidence and with courage? Can you negotiate? Somebody talked about pricing. I don't need you to do pricing. That's a technical skill. But can you understand concepts from a point where you can do a value proposition? Are we together? Secondly, we are living in a world that is being disrupted heavily by technology, mainly AI. Friends, I want to beseech you to learn AI and learn skills around AI. Learn skills around data analysis. Learn skills around using tools that are available for you. Some of them have been mentioned here. And these skills and tools will together make sure that you become a holistic student. Fortunately or unfortunately today, it's not enough to know one sphere of the skill. You want to say, I'm a biologist, and that's it. You should be a biologist who is able to write a business case. You should be an IT software developer who is able to sell. You should be a civil engineer who is able to do a proper documentation. You should be an environmental planner who understands budgeting. But beyond budgeting, you should understand principles of teamwork and success criteria measurement, or what we call performance measurement. These are soft skills, and that's what I wanted to emphasize. And now I want to invite a very esteemed member of our discussion today, Mr. Justin. Thank you. A big round of applause to Mr. Justin.
Thank you so much. I don't know what to say at this time. I think we all tired. We want to go home. But I'm glad that you've kept around. So I'm going to really keep it as brief as possible. And I hope you'll bear with me. So I'm going to talk about something that probably most of you have heard about. But it's just going to be from a different angle. But before that, let me reintroduce myself. Thank you so much. My name is Justin Kirembeka, and I'm Ugandan. I'm a student at USIU Africa. I'm completing my bachelor's degree in psychology and management studies. I'm going to talk about scholarships, but not the local version of scholarships. My version is the global scholarships. So that is, if you do not want to limit yourself to Kenya, and you want to go within Africa or outside Africa, and you want to study 100% free, regardless of what level of education that you want, yeah, from the normal criteria. So that's what I'm going to talk about in in about 15 minutes, and I'm going to really compress it so well, as briefly as possible. So there are several things I do on the side in addition to my studies, but particularly for now, let me talk about the scholarship angle. So personally, I'm a beneficiary of the Mastercard Foundation. Some of you probably are beneficiaries of the same too, under different partnerships. Now that is a global, that's a global organization that offers these opportunities globally, within Africa and also outside Africa. But the principles I'm going to talk about are not limited to the Mastercard Foundation. They are cut across any organization or entity that is offering full scholarships for you to study around the globe. So I'd like to begin by asking, you can raise your arm. How many of you, if you're given the opportunity, you would go to study what you want outside Africa, any part of the world? Good, exactly. So kindly give me your 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'll tell you why. Now, kindly, if you're a parent, just raise your arm, please, if you're a parent. Thank you so much. Let me say something very fast for the parents, and then the greater session will be for the children. I mean for the students. Parents, kindly. I don't know how much you're paying for your students, for your children at the institutions for high school. But if there was an opportunity where you're going to bring your child, for example, such a session, and it's taking 10 to 15 minutes, but by this session, you're going to save yourself paying tuition for the entire 4 years, or 6 years, or 10 years of your child's education. How much would you value such a session if you had that opportunity? If you compound, for the students, if you compound how much your parents have spent on you for the past how many years of your education, I don't know how many of you are able to pay it right now. But if there is an opportunity of someone paying for you 100%, beyond actually even what your parent would have paid for you, I think that's something worth considering. Are we together? So kindly parents, when such sessions come, encourage your children to go there. Because you're saving yourself paying tuition or spending all this money for the next amount of years. Alternatively, you could decide to invest for your child that money or do something else. Now to the students, where the gist is. I'm going to talk about 4 things. Let me have 2 volunteers who are really hungry. 2 volunteers. 1 a lady, 1 a gent. Only 2. Thank you, please. Hungry, really? Yes, hunger. Yes, hungry. No, don't worry. And then any other person. Whether lady or gent, just come over. Let's save some time. Please, yes. Good. Thank you so much. Please come. Thank you so much. Are you hungry? Really hungry? Not really, but you're hungry? Okay. Are you hungry? What is your best food if you're given an opportunity to eat your last best meal? Chapati. How about you? Chicken. Okay. So we have chapati and chicken. Follow me carefully. Let me use this as an example. Assume you have chapati and chicken as a combination, yeah? And both of them have to receive it. I'm going to ask them to say something to you, and then you'll tell us who of the 2 you would give. Are you getting me? Convince him to give you a chapati in 1 word. To give you that best dish in 1 word. You're dying of hunger. Convince him in 1 word to give you that chapati.
Please.
Please. Okay. In 1 word. You're really hungry. In 1 word. Not 2.
I would also say please.
No, 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 no. It has to be different.
Kindly.
Kindly. Someone mentioned kindly. Okay, let's go to the judge. Who would you give?
This is a hard one. I think I'd go with the lady because she really wanted it and it was a no-brainer for her that, please. Yeah, compared to the gentleman who seems he had more energy to think through, so he can stay around for a while. Yeah.
He didn't express it strong enough that he really needed it. You may take your seats. Thank you so much. So what we've seen, I loved how he brought it out. He said, the lady brought it like she really needs. The gentleman seemed like he could do without it. That is the basis of how these scholarships are analyzed, your applications. It's not that you do not have what it takes. It's how you express what you have to convince that you have what it takes. I repeat. It's not that you do not have what does what it takes, but it's how you express to convince that you have what it takes. And that will lead me to the 3 words that I'm going to break down for you that you'll easily remember and you take some notes. Number 1, define your why. If you need a scholarship, probably you've seen your parents struggling with tuition and fees. And you really want a scholarship. Define the why. Do I really want to study? Does my father or does my mother have the tuition? Or maybe the course that you want is not offered in this country, neither in Africa. And guys, please do not limit yourself to the boundaries. Maybe the course you want to do is not in Africa, neither your country. But you really want to do it. Are we together? Clearly define that in your mind. Why you really want to do it. And we are going to see how this turns up. Number 2. Find out the want. W-A-N-T. Find out the want. Now, what is the want? The want is the scholarship that you are looking up to. So we're going to understand something here. Whatever scholarship, I will use the Mastercard Foundation for just this case, but there are several. Every scholarship has an objective. Whereas your objective is for the financing of your education, they have clear objectives as to why they want to support you. Are we together? If you find out that this scholarship does not match what you want or does not align with your values, please, it's okay to say no. But in most cases, genuine scholarships align with what you actually want. But here I want us to focus on what does the scholarship want, or what is the scholarship looking for. What that does is that you're going to work backwards using reverse psychology. Are we together? If I understand what you want, that tells me what I have to do to give you what you want. What you want. Are we together? So let me give you an example. If a scholarship is looking for leadership, it's looking for academic prowess or talent, and it's looking for community service, does that give me a clue of what I have to do to qualify for that scholarship? Yes. Are we together? So that is, what does the scholarship want? You've defined that. And then now the second question, ask yourself, what do I have? We started with the why. We've gone to the want. Now, what do I have? Look at what you have versus what they want. And now that's going to lead us to the third aspect. I'm going to show you how we tie it together. I'm trying to go fast because of time. Alignment. How do I align what I have with what they want? What do they have? What do they want? What do I have? How do I align what I have with what they want? Now, let me dwell on what you have. Do you see this session we've had? Kindly take part in as many activities as possible. If it means you starting your own business, no matter how small or humble, if it means you taking part in a community outreach, in church or outside church, please do. If you can head a club at school, please do. If you can engage in as much activity as possible, please do. What is that going to do? You are building yourself a portfolio that is going to set you apart or competitive enough with regard to what you have. How do you align what you have with what you want? If, for example, a scholarship is looking for leadership, community service, and academic excellence, I'm going to look at my grades, for example. That means if I really want a scholarship, I'm going to strive to get the best grade possible. Are we together? You don't need to be the best in the class, but get the best grade what? Possible. That's number one. I'm giving an example. If it's leadership, in addition to that, that means I'm going to look for where can I position myself strategically within my circle in terms of leadership opportunities. Can I take up a club responsibility? Can I start something? Can I lead an outreach? Something of the sort. And then when it comes to community service, now you're going to engage in community-based activities. Basically, you're crafting what you have. It is what you have that is going to set you apart. But now the third alignment is what now puts you in line to qualify. Alignment means that you're going to get what you have and switch it to fit what they want. Are we together? And this is where the soft skill he talked about in crafting essays or you being able to write comes in. Back to the two examples I used. One said kindly. The lady said please. The words actually I was looking for were one saying I'm starving and the other one saying I'm hungry. Let me ask, if one says I'm hungry and one says I'm starving, who would you give?
I'm starving.
Why?
It expresses much.
It's okay. It's a better expression of the fact that they are really what? Hungry. Literally, I'm going to die if I don't eat this what? This food. That's where the writing comes in. Now, you're not trying to fabricate stuff. I repeat, you're not trying to forge or force stuff. It's the art of what? Of writing what you have. For example, all of us have attended this session, probably. And maybe some of you have assisted in preparation of this session. How do I write the same thing to the same person we are applying for the same opportunity about my contribution to this session? So for example, one would say, I supported in the organization of an education career info session. One would say, I collaborated and co-organized the career day info session at Sporstview, Seventh Adventist Church, that brought together several partners to prepare the next generation of African leaders to support youth spaces, something of that sort, or to support within the youth space. One carries more weight. You both did the same thing, but how you've crafted it is really different. Kindly, you have AI. Do not use AI to craft your essays. Use AI to teach you how to craft compelling what? Essays. Please, I repeat. Do not use AI to write compelling what? Essays. Use AI to teach you how to write compelling essays. The two are different. Right now, if you give me two essays, one where you've been taught how to write, and one that has been fully generated, I'm able to know because I know. And I can never take you if someone has written anything for you or done work for you. I cannot. So let me bring this to a close. I would like to close this by talking about impact. Any scholarship that you're going to apply for globally, I mean globally, I think it's easier for you to apply within Kenya. I know it's also tough, but you can apply the same principles and you'll be able to win. But if you're thinking about competing at a global level, kindly do not limit yourself. Please, I plead. Do not limit yourself. Do not say that you can't. If you're willing to work hard, you will get a global scholarship in any part of this world. Just put what I'm saying into practice. The last thing I'm talking about is impact. No scholarship, no global good scholarship you're going to get if you cannot demonstrate what you're going to use, the knowledge you're going to get to create impact. You must convince that you're not getting this scholarship or this opportunity for your own satisfaction in terms of, for example, I'm applying for this opportunity so that I can get as much money, build a big house, buy a nice car, and go to the beach. No one's going to give you that. For God's sake, who's going to do? Even if it's you. But now you structure it this way. I'm applying for this opportunity to equip me with the best necessary skills that will give me the ability to impact my community in such and such and such a way, or to transform the lives of 500 young people that have left back home to create their own enterprises. Something of that sort. Or I'm applying for this opportunity to expose me to the right knowledge and the right network of people going to lift me up to be a better citizen, better leader that will impact my community in such and such a way. How are you going to use the knowledge that you're going to get from that opportunity to create impact back home? No one will ever reward you for selfishness. Please, even if you're very selfish, when it comes to this, if you are applying for the scholarship, ask yourself, what am I applying for? How am I going to use it to create real impact back home? When I say creating real impact, you're going to communicate that impact statistically, that's qualitatively and quantitatively. Qualitative is description. You use words to describe. Quantitative, you're giving statistics, you're giving data. So for example, improving this from this to this, from this number to this number by this amount, that is data, that is statistics. It speaks. And the reason why it speaks is that you are looking at two things of any person reviewing your application. The person reviewing your application, you're targeting two areas, the emotional area and the logic area. The logic area processes your data. The emotion area processes your story. Your impact should be related to your story. How many of you don't need to tell us your story, but if you have something that happened in your life that if talking about it makes you cry, kindly just raise your arm. We don't need to know it, but talking about it could make you cry. Okay. Thank you so much. Kindly do not shy away from some of the bruises you've got in life. Those may be your stepping stones to the greatest opportunities you've never known. The MasterCard Foundation Scholarship. Now, there are scholarships that do not mind about your financial background. Are you together? As long as you have the criterion, you'll get it. Demonstrate the impact. Look at what you have. Look at what they want. Align yourself into what they want, and you'll get it. But an example of the MasterCard Foundation Scholarship Program, the last criterion they're looking for is, are you financially? Do you deserve this financially? And it's usually the most compelling stories. Reviewers reviewed these letters and they literally cry. Now, I understand some people fake these things. Yeah? But I'm talking to someone who has really struggled through life and you're really looking for what? For an opportunity. Do not shy away from your story. Write your story, painful as it is, but make sure that it hits the point home. The point you're demonstrating is that despite these circumstances, I have a vision to go somewhere. And with your support, I will use the resources necessary to transform the story of my life. That those that are going to come after me are not going to go through what I went through. If you communicate that in your essays, you will get the scholarship, guys. If you can convince them that yes, your story is a mess, but you have the vision. With the necessary tools and support, you're going to use those resources to transform your life and the lives of others. That any people that are going to go through you in whatever way will not go through what you went through. Thank you so much. We haven't launched an organization that is dedicated to fully supporting people. We don't write for you essays. We teach you how to approach everything, but we do not do the work for you. But I'm glad that I will stay in touch with the Kiongozes. When it's launched, kindly we shall reach out and support or give more of these sessions by God's grace. And I wish you all the very best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Justin. A better round of applause to Justin, please. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for coming. Thank you for that impactful presentation. I mean, there are speakers who are really good, right? And Justin is just one of them. And God bless you in your work as well. In school, until you graduate. This is Sporstview. When you are available, please come here on our Sabbaths, on Saturdays, worship with us, interact with us. We have a USIU community. Are you from USIU? We have an USIU Seventh-day Adventist community. They come here sometimes. You could join them. Thank you. And let's talk to these young people as well and see how we can close the dots together. And this is equally to all our other guests who have been here today. And to you, our wonderful team. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for all your questions. Thank you to the technical department. Thank you to Ibrahim. Thank you to, I see Evans, Elder. I see Mark Kenyatta in absentia, Elder Gad. Our leadership, Sister Lee. To all our speakers today, our CEOs, Austin, who else? Moses, Dixon, our keynote speaker, Jacqueline, Faith, our colleague here, Elder Grony, and all of them who have made this a success. Can we say thank you to all of them? Our session has come to an end. And I truly believe that we have learned and picked up something. And at least we are challenged that tomorrow we start writing our scripts differently. And we can believe that it's not too late to start. Is it? It's not too late to start. Start somewhere. Whether your journey is you're just starting off in grade 8, 7, or you are in junior or senior secondary, or you are in college, or you are planning to change, or you are at a decision point, your story matters, and you can rewrite the entire script completely different. We didn't even speak about career choices. I asked the leader if that is a session, and we know that it's completely a gap we need to cover. How do you go ahead and decide to do this and not this? Is it true that there are certain careers that are more risky? There are those that will lead you quickly to a job. How is teaching different from science? How can you do marine biology? How is industrial chemistry different from analytical chemistry? These are questions that I know we have not touched. And so this is an important session, And I can assure you we'll have another one. But how do we close this? Just say we have started and keep tabs. At this point, I don't know whether there is anything else, but I would like to invite my friend and elder, Dr. Tirimba, to come and give us some closing remarks, and afterwards he will release us. My challenge to this department, elder, as you come, is only that we try and organize more of this, but more importantly, we also have a key takeaway that we need to start as a church. And what is it that we need to start as a church? For a long time, I have been a fan of Young Professionals Network. Do we have it? No. I have been a fan of, let's have a community of mentors, mentees. Do we have it? No. Today, what do we have that we can start here and now? And one day, 2 years from here, we will be so proud to see the first fruits of that initiative. And Dr. Tirimba, let me tell you, God in his own time raises people, and he uses them specially because he knows the gifts that he has given them. You could be that person that God has given us as a gift here in Sporstview. I have heard about your stories in KCA, and I think God will still bless that ministry as well. I have personally talked to you, and I know your story, and I believe you are one disciplined person. And together with a group of other leaders, I believe you will be able to take Sporstview from where we are to a better place. But more importantly, to the glory of God. So thank you and welcome again.
Thank you, Felix. Let's appreciate him. Wow. I think I've learned a lot today, and I truly appreciate all the speakers who've gone before us, and a few who might have left, but we truly appreciate them. Most importantly, again, we appreciate you for finding time to come here today out of the weekend schedule when people feel like they need to get a rest. You were here largely, like almost the whole of today. I want to appreciate you all. There's a bit which Felix talked about of career networking, mentorship. We had in mind that thought, but I think it did not really go well, or probably it was not very well understood, because early in the year we shared a Google form where the church members were to share where they are in terms of those who might be at school, those who are working, which career they are, and we wanted to pair the young ones to various career. By young ones, you don't have to be young of age, but young in career, to already people who are well established in the career which you want to uptake. I think is an area which we may need to revisit, because out of the Google form which we shared, I think despite doing a promotion for the Google form to be filled, we had about only four who filled in the whole church. Is an agenda which we shall be able to revive, because it was meant to really create the element of mentorship and try to pair different church members to people who have already excelled in that industry that they are in. I want to maybe request Billy, you can help us to do a vote of thanks, just 1 or 2 minutes, very briefly.
All right, thank you. Good evening. My name is Billy Makori. I hail from Green Valley SDA Church, and it's a great opportunity to stand before you, members of Sporstview, to do this. I want to say with a lot of humility that this is a very good initiative. Looking at this session, being one of the things which personally from my church we really look forward to having. Maybe in light of the theme of the day, career, I pursued journalism and mass communication in my BA, and at the moment I'm practicing marketing and communications. To the church, to the organizers, the elders, the speakers, some of them in absentia, to Elder Tirimba in a special way, to the live streaming team, the PA team, to our super MC, Felix, and to all of us, makofi kwenu tafadhali. As Elder said, it's not really easy for us to dedicate, to block our day, for us to be here, and it's our prayer that it has not gone in vain. See you. And at this point in time, may God bless us, and as we prepare to leave, I'll request us to just do, some 3 factorial claps, just to appreciate the church, just to appreciate ourselves, and, for us to just look forward to the good opportunities that await us. Do you know factorial claps? Tunajua, si ndio? Maybe we can do a demo of 2 factorial claps, si ndio? So in the count of 3, we can just do a demo, si ndio? 1, 2, 3. All right, so factorials tunaanzia na the highest going to the least. So in this case, if it's 2, tunaanza 1, 2, and then 1, si ndio? So you can try 2 factorials for now. 1, 2, go. Fantastic. So with that, in the count of 3, let's give ourselves 3 factorials. 1, 2, go. May God bless us all. Asante.
Thank you. Let's appreciate Billy. Christ is the one who came up with the factor analysis where he now broke down the 10 commandments to only 2. I want to continue to appreciate each and every one of you. I want to, we appreciate Ben. Ben kindly be upstanding. Ben has been very supportive and is the secretary to Education Department. Let's appreciate him. Most importantly, we want to continue to charge you to practice what you have been able to learn today. The world is not for people who know everything, but those who develop the attitude of continuous learning. Wanting to learn every day, wanting to learn what is happening, being very much open-minded, and willing to absorb new knowledge. Even when you feel like you know a lot, you have to, a few of the time, get to unlearn and then to relearn, especially to keep into speed on what is happening in terms of technology, what is happening in terms of the current generation where we are in. To be relevant, you have to keep on learning continually. Number 2, I just want to remind us that we don't have to be great for us to begin, but we have to begin in order to become great in life. And therefore, our challenge should begin today. Whatever we want to aspire, we have to begin, we have to take initiative, we have to step out in order to really get to be that which we want to be. And as young people, I want to again remind us that sometime in life, it is quoted that you need to work hard to get what you like, to avoid coming to like what you get in life. When you work hard, you have very many options, probably a lot of variety to pick from. You can get what you like, but if you don't work hard, you're likely to get a very limited option. You have to like whatever you get in life. Work hard to get what you like, to avoid coming to like what you get in life. But most importantly, even when we work hard, we encourage that we work smart, ensure that if you can be able to do something in a very brief way and still get the results without being unethical, you better do it. And that is why we are talking about, for example, AI is here to stay. The only bit about it is to apply the ethical usage of AI. You cannot talk about we avoid AI when it is already here. It's just like sometimes back when it was punishable to go to an examination room with a calculator. But today you cannot go to an examination room without a calculator. It is actually mandatory. And therefore, I believe, looking at where we are today, we need to keep on with the speed of technology. Most importantly, apply the 21st century skill, networking, team building, communication, creativity, innovation, and of course, being open-minded in all that we do. I want us to wind up the program at this point. I know the conversation, we could not finish everything today, but we have begun and we shall continue with the discussion. I want to request Elder Momanyi to come up front to offer the closing prayer, upon which we shall proceed for lunch. After lunch, we shall feel free to network a bit, but the formal program will have ended right here. Elder Karibu, you also pray for the lunch. Let's appreciate Elder while he's coming up the stage.
Praise God. You can rise up and pray. Let's believe and pray. Almighty Father in heaven, we want to thank you for the privileges that you have bestowed upon us. One of the most important privileges is to be counted among the living and be of sound mind and appreciate the things that are going around us. I want to thank you for the opportunity that you have given us to learn from each other and to share the knowledge that you have given unto us. Lord, as we pursue things of this world, remind us also to pursue the things of the world to come, that as we seek to be better here, we do not forget to prepare for eternity that is coming. I want to pray for the young people around here, some of them in school still. Lord, bestow unto them the opportunity to take in what they are learning for the betterment of their lives and the lives of others around them. I want also to pray for those who are pursuing different types of careers around here, and some seeking for opportunities to participate in what they have been able to learn. Lord, I pray that you may find a place for them also to continue progressing in life. As we end this discussion, I pray that we may come up with something better from this to be able to progress upon each step that we make. I want to thank everyone that has been here, some voluntary and some out of a big sacrifice, that Lord, you may add unto them what they sacrificed to be here today, to the glory of your name. As we also want to step down to partake of physical food, I plead with you that it may be a blessing to us. It's our prayer in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Elder, and thank you, everyone. We wish you a good afternoon. We are taking our lunch from where we took the tea break from, and let's feel free to network with the guests. The rest of the guests are downstairs here. Justin, where Justin? Yeah. We also feel free to network with him, and I believe that every moment we have is for a particular purpose. Let's try to utilize that moment well, and to be able to ensure that we can indeed be able to achieve greatness within us, to really make us to be the head which God destined for us to be. Wishing you all a great afternoon. Mubarikiwe nyote. We have plenty of the lunch. Make sure kindly you take lunch before you leave.